started. It's starting soon. Hey, hands up in the room. It started. Starting soon. We're locked in. Locked in. Starting. Starting soon. The game complainers coming on soon. Dance, 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 dance in your living room. Just dance, dance, dance like it's all you do. Starting. Starting soon. Sing that hype, sing out of tune. Dance, 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 shake up every room. Just dance, 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 dance. Starting soon. The game complainers coming on soon. Dance, 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 dance in your living room. Just dance, dance, dance like it's all you do. Starting soon. Hype so big we touch the moon. Dance, 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 stomp right through the gloom. Just dance, 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 dance. It started. It's starting soon. Hey, hands up in the room. It started. Starting soon. We're locked in. Locked in. Starting. Starting soon. The game complainers coming on soon. Dance, 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 dance in your living room. Just dance, dance, dance like it's all you do. Starting. Starting soon. Sing that hype, sing out of tune. Dance, 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 shake up every room. Just dance, 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 dance. Starting soon. The game complainers coming on soon. Dance, 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 dance in your living room. Just dance, dance, dance like it's all you do. Starting soon. Hype so big we touch the moon. Dance, 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 stomp right through the gloom. Just dance, 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 dance. It started. It's starting soon. Hey, hands up in the room. It started. Starting soon. We're locked in. Locked in. Starting. Starting soon. The game complainers coming on soon. Dance, 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 dance in your living room. Just dance, dance, dance like it's all you do. Starting.
Check.
I think we're good. Yeah, we're good now, right?
Yeah.
Do a mic check.
Yep, I hear it.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah, what?
No, hi. Yeah, we're good.
Let me get the episode number this time so I don't screw this up again. Hello and welcome to Game Complainers, episode 647. I'm your host, Perry.
Co-host Anthony.
And Frank.
And we have our special guest, Noof Nukem.
Yes, very special. Hello.
Noof is the fourth man.
Go Oilers.
Let's go, Oilers.
There you go,
Hello, guys.
Anthony.
Hello.
What is going on? All right, let me, where the hell's the chat? What is OBS doing today, Ant? This is crazy. All
Let's
right.
always do something.
All righty. So we're here. We got a lot to talk about. I didn't think we would have anything to talk about. And always leave it to Xbox to give us something to talk about. Good, bad, or indifferent. And I think this one will be a little bit better. A little more positive Xbox news. But we'll see. It's like 12 Angry Men up in this bitch. You mention Xbox and everyone gets all mad and crazy and everything happens. Shout out to the chat room. We got Weston, we got Kamame, we got Talos, We got Wicked Hot. We got Dreadpool. We got Venom Dave. We got Noof, who's actually with us. We got Richard here, the everyman, Richard. And I think that's it for right now. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
What is going on, everybody?
What's up?
All right. Who is here for some exclusives? Oh, did I raise my hand?
Me.
Ow. All right. So this is like we talked about this the last couple of weeks. It seems like this is going in a direction that we figured, but we weren't too sure. So it looks like Xbox is going back to exclusivity with their games. It looks like Call of Duty might be cut out of Game Pass this year and forever. And Microsoft today is they did polls. They're mailing people $5 digitally. You got to check you got to open the Xbox app and check your messages. I know Peter, he got $5 earlier. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it seems like this is going in a positive direction here.
We'll see. This is what they need to do. I was me and Noof were just talking about this earlier before you got on. This is what they need to do. The problem is there's a lot of stuff they got to rework. Like if they're going to stick to exclusives, I think they need to rework Game Pass and at the same time, because you can't have such a small install base, make the games exclusive and put them all on Game Pass. So maybe they need to rework day one games completely, not just Call of Duty. I mean, I don't know. There's just so much that they gotta change up, but I think they can do it if they do it all correctly at the same time.
You know what I was thinking earlier? Since you're going to take Call of Duty out of Game Pass, you want people to go out and buy Call of Duty? Why don't you just make the online free? Instead of giving them the game for free, you give them the access to play the game for free. And if they still want Game Pass to play whatever indie third party or whatever, you could still do that. And you could do that for like $15 a month. Right? And all the first parties are not in it. All the ones going forward. Right? That would be like a win-win, right?
Yep.
Because
something like that.
Because you're the home of Call of Duty. You can play Call of Duty. You have to buy Call of Duty, but you could play it for free on the home of Call of Duty. You can play it for free online. Like, not the game for free, but the online you don't have to pay for. That's already a leg up on Sony. People are like, well, I really want Call of Duty. I was going to buy it on PlayStation, but I could play it for free online on Xbox. And, again, the Helix is like a PC hybrid. If we don't even know how they're even going to charge you for online with that, because if it's a PC, you're not going to pay for online anyway.
Yeah. If you're playing something on Steam, you're not paying for that.
So, I get Xbox Live used to make a lot of money, and Game Pass does because of Xbox Live wrapped into all that. But maybe that's the compromise. You sell them the game and you just give them the service for free. You know what I mean? Everyone else used to do it, and then they all followed Xbox's lead and started charging. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're on to something with that. There's really no right answer exactly how to do it, because the other issue is they've promised already that these games are going into Game Pass. So I guess up to a certain point, like Gears E-Day is going to have to go day one into Game Pass. Like there's no way they could not do that now. But at some point they need to sit down and say, we need to rework this, which games are going, which ones aren't. And like you said, maybe just do that. Give the free online.
Maybe they could do a Game Pass where day and date for newer games. If you want that, that's going to be like $400 a year. But that's for people that want that. You know what I mean? It's not wrapped into everyone's subscription. Maybe they'll do something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. But now we've heard that they want to lower the prices, which is good because we don't want to pay for all this stuff. It seems like they're undoing a lot of the wrongs that in the last like year and a half, 2 years that, that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond were doing. You know what I mean? Which is good because that's what we wanted. That's why we came on here every week and said, this guy's got to go. And everyone thought we were nuts. Yeah. And then guess what? They got rid of him. because they said they were tired of them. So
Well, nothing gets you tired of a company faster than watching your stock prices plummet, and then you're going back and thinking, what's going on? What are the what are the common denominators here, right? And I think the writing was on the wall. You don't lose that kind of fan base, and Xbox fans, we're definitely a diehard, very dedicated bunch, So for us to kind of sit here and go against the grain and to kind of call these out on a nightly, weekly basis is not easy to do. Like, we've been labeled as like the traders, and all we want to do is hate on Xbox. But like, where was all the praise for when we sung the praises for the brand? Like, where was that? Where was that at? It's like, no. Again, I reiterate this time and time again. We're critical of the brand because we love them. And we just can see through the bullshit. We're not blind fans. We're not being paid off. We're not being sponsored. We're not, we're giving an honest opinion because we can, and not afraid to say it because we're afraid we're going to lose viewers, or afraid to lose sponsorship, or afraid to lose a fucking gift package in the mail, whatever it might be. We're here because we love the brand and we saw the glory days.
right.
And we also saw that they were right on the cusp of returning, like bringing the brand back at one point, and then they just kind of went like, what, like just friggin' decision after decision. And like at some point, like I said, Game Pass always said this, and I've certainly said it more probably than anybody. Like, on paper, it sounded like a great idea, but again, who was your target audience to begin with? Because most of the people that I know, and I certainly know everybody that's in this room right now, right? We're the kind of gamers that generally buy games. Like, we buy them at full price when they come out. We're not sitting there waiting for deals. Deals are great, but a lot of times for us, the deals are more important when it's on games like games that we, they're not really day one games for us. They're kind of like, oh, well, that game like looked really good, and I wanted it last year, and I'm okay with getting it on like for $30, right? So that's the thing. And then all of a sudden, everybody said, well, I don't have to buy the game. I don't have to buy the game. I said, but you could afford the game. And what you did was, instead of buying it at full price, which these games that you didn't buy at full price were costing Microsoft a lot of money to make, then you went out and spent that money to a third-party publisher who refused to put their game in Game Pass on day one. You gave them your money instead of Microsoft. Do you see how that goes?
Right.
And you bought their games. And then you weren't really helping the hardware a whole lot. So that's kind of the conundrum they got themselves in,
Yeah, and hey, listen, Game Pass, we praised it on this show because it was $10 a month or $20 a month, whatever it was back then, okay? I think it started off at $9.99 and they gave you all the games. They did that because nobody was buying the box. So they said, you know what? We're just going to give them the games for $10. They're going to run out and buy the box. Guess what? That didn't fucking happen. No one ran out and bought the damn box. So they pivoted. They said, okay, we're going to make this into a monthly service thing, and we're going to add stuff to it. We're going to try to add more to it, build a library up, so this way people eventually come over and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But if not, they're on PC. They'll pay every month. They'll play it wherever they want. And it pivoted and snowballed into something that they couldn't. It's like they wrote checks their ass couldn't cash. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, it'll crash and burn one day, but right now, let's just see if it works. And they just let it go on for too long. And yeah, I was enjoying it because I was getting free shit. I was paying every month. I was getting these brand new games for nothing. But the difference here was, Noof, for years, I still bought those stupid games when they went on sale. Sometimes I played them in Game Pass for 15 minutes while I was live. And you can look at my channel. Mm-hmm. I've been here for 20 years this year, everybody. Okay? Nice. You can look at my channel and I'm live and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy this game right now because I don't know if they're going to take it out. I don't know what's going on, but I've done that a million times. You know how many people in my chat room I sold games on that were in Game Pass? Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, okay? I don't even think that was in Game Pass when I played it. But I played that game. Dude, I ran out. Okay, so I pirated that game on PS4. I had a jailbroken PS4. I played that game just to try. All right? Noof, I played that game for 17 hours straight on live stream. Okay? 7 people in the chat room ran out and bought it. I ran out and bought it during that live stream. So that's the power of the internet. And no, I'm not boogieing. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. But
I would hope not.
imagine if Xbox had a good game like that. But I've done that with Xbox. I played their games and I praised them, and people in the chat ran out and bought them. So I mean, we need to go back to that. And listen, I enjoyed getting the stuff for free or with my subscription, but it's either that or the company crashes and burns. And I want the company to survive because we need competition. Sony's got a $900 PlayStation 5 Pro right now. Do you think that's great? You know why they got that? Because they saw Xbox is giving up and they're sitting in the corner over there, and Sony's like, money. We're number one. We want money.
Yeah.
That guy, forget that guy. People that were going to...
And it's super easy to spend your money on a PlayStation when you walk into your local retailer and they got stacks of them in the cabinets and there's no Xboxes to be found.
Right. And Sony's like, people were going to spend $650 on that. Now they're going to take that $650 that they were going to throw over there and throw it over here for $900. So, and then like you said, Noof, that's another thing. The marketing was shit the last 10 years. Longer than that, actually. They pulled them out of the holiday ads last year. It's like you go to a store, you don't even know Xbox exists anymore. There's no games on the shelf. There's no consoles. There's no The only thing you find a couple of controllers on the shelf at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been there. We showed videos of it. People think that it's done. They're like, oh well, there's a ton of PlayStation stuff, and there's like nothing for Xbox. And there's a ton of there's 3 aisles of Switch games.
Yeah.
So so we, the hardcore guys, we know that there's still Xbox. You can still buy one, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But to the masses, the people that don't follow this stuff online, they don't know what's going on. They go to a store.
And then you're trying to sell them Game Pass, because really that was the ultimate goal, was to sell more subscriptions.
Right.
But then you look around, you can't find a console. The average person is like, so how do I play this Game Pass thing? And then, well, this is an Xbox. But like, that's confusing. People are like, do I play it on my phone? Do I play this on my TV? Where am I playing these Xbox games? You know, like it was confusing. Like, you know what I mean? It just, again, the messaging was all over the board. And I get why they tried doing this as an Xbox, because they're figuring, well, you know, if we're really failing at putting the box underneath people's TV, then we got to go where the gamers are at. But that's the whole point. They lost the gamers because they start losing the battle with this whole Game Pass conundrum. That's what happened when they focused. Again, if you focus on the carriage before the horse or whatever, you know, like you're gonna get kicked in the ass.
I think Game Pass, again, great idea on paper and just poorly executed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When they saw that it wasn't selling the consoles, like because that was the original plan, like we just said. That was we give them the games for $10. They got to buy the box. Well, when they started seeing nobody was buying the fucking box, they should have been like, all right, we're ending that service. And we got to figure it out. We got to just get quality games, do this, do that.
Right now, I think they don't need 3 tiers anymore. I think they need 2 tiers and 2 tiers only. They need a Game Pass tier that's affordable, that has everything on it but the big games and the day and dates.
Right.
And then they can have their little more expensive version for people that would feel that's still value to them, where you charge $39 a month, but you get the whole kit and fucking caboodle.
Right.
That's what's on there. That's what you have. And the average fan who knows differently knows the deal they're getting, and they'll gladly pay the $39. The rest of us will be like, you know what? I just want to play online. And if you want to give me like 500 games, the majority of them are third-party games and indies, and the day and date stuff comes like a year down the road or 2 years down the road, I think most of us would take that deal any day of the week.
And that would help indies get more exposure because it's a cheaper entry point. And then you got all these games, you know, these indie developers that they want to get their games out there. And who's going to get Game Pass? The hardcores. You know what I mean? The masses really...
The guys that still want their physical copies and guys that still want the FOMO the day one,
right,
they'll probably skip over the $40 version of Game Pass and just go buy the games that they want, like I would, right?
Right. So, you're giving people more options that way, and you're not making everybody break the bank.
Mm-hmm.
$30 a month for Xbox Game Pass is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We called that out on here. And it's just too much money. Well, Netflix. Well, Netflix isn't $30 a month yet.
Yeah,
It just went up,
yeah,
but it ain't 30 yet.
well,
Getting there.
Netflix has screwed over their fans time and time again. You look at all the mass exodus that Netflix has, and we're not even talking about like $10 full raise. You're talking about $2 and $3, and a lot of people left them a few years ago.
And when
And
people,
obviously you got to have new content, and you got to have stuff to bring people back in. But at the same time, like people realize that there's so much competition that like people don't have the time to just watch and consume all this stuff. So, and you can't charge a fortune and then start putting ads into everything. That was the whole point about getting the subscriptions in the first place. That people were like, "Yay, subscription! And get rid of cable, which means I can get rid of ads."
Sirius Satellite,
As soon as they got their numbers up, right? As soon as they got their numbers up where they wanted them, it's like we're gonna put the ads back in. We'll
Yep.
give you the full package, but you're gonna pay royally for it. And now the entry level price where they started is now what you get the ads with. Like it's bogus, man. It's a load of shit.
Sirius Satellite Radio pulled that crap. Oh, it's uncensored. Right. So my wife buys it and she's listening. And then, a couple years later, oh yeah, we had to take the curse words out. There's too many people listening. There's kids listening. It's like, but you're paying for it.
It's horseshit. Yeah, it's like buying a rated M game and having them censored. It's like but it's rated M though. So why do you censor it?
It's made for
already
adults. Yeah, it's already made for
Right.
adults. Like I don't get it.
Stupid.
And then they're like, oh, well, we're going to put one ad every hour on the hour. It's like, and then that turned into ads all the time. And it just turned back into TV again.
Yep, exactly. Everybody's saying that now. I know a lot of people have cut back. They've gotten rid of multiple subscriptions. And that's why like stuff like WWE and a lot of these places, they're jumping all over the servicer now. Like they'll get signed with one and then they leave that one and you go with somebody else. Like a lot of stuff is doing that. They're jumping around trying to find a home, right? It's not easy.
Right.
It's interesting because if you look at some of the ways that you can use a VPN and then jump on Netflix, and you can actually gain access to a lot more overseas, at least out of the States.
My wife does that all the time.
Yeah, just off of a VPN. So actually, a VPN and maybe having like one Netflix subscription, and then you could jump and like get different stuff, might be like a little way to save money. But it's like you shouldn't have to do that. But that's what it's come down to, because everything's like you said, like the standard ones, the standard tiers have kind of shifted, and yeah, it's just
Well,
like
that
a
core tier
very
is garbage.
yeah. I just
the
think
core one or the essential is absolute garbage now.
Yeah.
It's half of the game. Oh, it's 50 games. Yeah, but like about 10 or 15 of those games are like free to play bullshit to begin with. They're acting like they're giving you some kind of bonus, and then the rest of them are old as shit. Like what I mean?
And they got
I
it.
just think that.
Go ahead, Ant.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
like
go ahead. No,
Yeah,
no, you go ahead.
no, what?
All right, go ahead.
But yeah, the tier list thing ends up becoming like when they shifted and changed the names and everything, I was just kind of like, that's a little odd, of how they're like labeling it out and kind of putting it in front of everybody and then raising the price on top of that. It was just kind of like, the idea of piling this on other services that you already have when the value just isn't there. It just sucks. I think going back to, like just having solid releases and games that, are exclusive again, that give us a reason to want, to go and actually, dive back into Xbox and, to see it succeed is like the ultimate goal. It's going to be a lot of like digging out of, the hole that they kind of put themselves in these last couple of years to do so. And I think, kind of paying attention to these suggested options that we're saying is like, there's ways to like streamline it, kind of, make it a little more focused on their direction. And they have to fix it now, because if they're trying to shape up Helix to whatever it is going to be, and they're going to start talking about it, and we're going to start talking about, these consoles up and coming. Yeah, like how do you segue this this fixing and this adjustment with new leadership and new people in charge? How do you steer the train back on the tracks?
Well,
at this point,
I'm glad
right?
you said it, Anthony, because they put up a poll today, which is what Frank and I were talking about the other day. We said they got to listen to the fans and put a poll up. Well, they heard us somehow, some way, somehow, maybe through our phones. Because here we go,
Your Connect.
the official Xbox Twitter. I screenshotted this and I voted. Where did you start your Xbox journey? And I voted OG Xbox, and then the 361, obviously, because a lot of schlumps came in during that generation.
Schlumps.
Or schmucks, right? That used to be a curse
No,
word, you know.
I like schlumps better.
Schlumps.
Yeah, it's like the rest of the millennial generation jumped on, the 360 and onward.
Right. So this, and Frank, me and you talked about this in person the other day. We were like, they got to do polls, they got to do surveys, they got to do focus groups, because these podcast guys, listen, they're talking to these guys anyway. So these guys are just echoing what the company wants them to echo. We understand that. Okay. We're not stupid. We know a lot of people are, but we're not. We see right through that. However,
Yeah.
those are not your hardcore fan. Half those guys don't even play games, okay? They say they do, but they really don't. Because I don't see anybody streaming shit. I'm the one here sitting all day streaming. Anyway. You got to ask your hardcore fans, the people that actually pay for this stuff. Okay? They don't send me nothing, so you're going to get an actual opinion from a guy who's been there. I was there a couple of weeks after it debuted. I traded in my original GameCube. I had the GameCube for a month. And I was like, you know what, man? I really want WWF Raw. It comes out in January. So I want an Xbox. I bought the Xbox, almost grabbed NFL Fever, but I ended up getting Halo. And I've been on Xbox ever since. And
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
I'm proud.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with wanting, as hardcore gamers, we're hardcore fans of this stuff, to want to see a brand that we love, kind of see how far they've come, but also the mistakes they've made as well, and how can they adjust those mistakes so we can have this decent competition again, competition with the games, competition with the pricing. You can even leave the service out of this conversation. It's like we just need solid competition with just the hardware and the games. Like it starts really there. It's just like you got to have the Gears E-Day has to blow us away. I want it to. Gears is one of my favorite franchises ever. And if this fails in this wake of trying to kind of steer everything, I want nothing but 10 out of 10s all across the board as far as me being a fan. I want this thing to be amazing. And while I want to keep, expectations low so I don't get disappointed, I also want to see whatever they show us in June when we're all together to really just get me excited to be back in, even though I'll be playing it on PC for sure, but just to be excited to be back playing something that is from Xbox, from the studios, from the coalition, that just feels like, holy shit, this is going to look crazy on the Helix if this Helix is going to do what it says it does and has the right specs. We got to have this competition, man. Competition goes a long way. And like Perry said, back in the day, during that era, it seemed like there was things that were kind of pulling you in and no, come over here, check out what we have. And then it might blow you away. You might stick around. You might keep all the consoles, right? Eventually you have them all and then you're just a fan of everything. But man, we were hardcore in that stuff since the original Xbox. So I think that's just where we're coming from,
I think that I'm all about giving people the benefit of the doubt, right? And at least for the first while. And I like some of the stuff that Asher Sherman's been saying, and I like some of this new direction, right? And you'd have to lie if you didn't say you didn't, right? So I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt. Comes in the fresh new voice and opinion. I guess the question ultimately is, how much rope does she have? Does she have enough? She's going to hang herself with it, or again, I think it comes down to really listening to the fans first, and then your boardroom people second. Is listen to fans, what they're telling you, what they're asking you for. I think we're all still sitting there. We're all still sitting there with an open wallet. We're not telling Xbox, they can go F themselves. We're telling them we're still here, we're still waiting. And this year,
when Phil Spencer was running it, we were.
But I mean, this year we're sitting here kind of with our wallet still waiting, and ironically, this with all the turmoil, this could be Xbox's one of their best year ever. Like, because I mean, I don't know, but from a sales perspective, but if you look at the launches they have this year with Forza Horizon 6 and Gears of War Emergence Day and Fable potentially coming out, and what's the other big one that's coming out this year? Four of them.
I don't think if there's anything else.
Halo, Forza, Gears.
Right, and Halo, but the remake of Halo, which will launch also on a PlayStation console. But bottom line is like that's still a pretty nice resume, or and that's kind of like your flagship games too coming out in a year. Usually those are the kind of games you see at the start of a gen and not more or less towards the wind down. So maybe they get. I think with these games coming out, this is their chance to kind of get the eyes back on the brand and maybe turn things around. Like, look, they're not going to come out and they're not going to outsell PlayStation, and they probably never were. But I definitely think if they can drop the price of the consoles right now, make them more attractive, and this is the time to do it. This is the time to say, frig it, if we lose a couple of bucks on the consoles, do it, because you still got your Series X, you still got your Series S, you got GTA 6 coming out. You got your own flagship titles coming out. This is the time that you stick it to PlayStation. You go, PlayStation might want to drop their consoles again during Black Friday, but forget, we're going to drop these down permanently, right? We're going to go out with the bang. We're going to get people back in our ecosystem, spending some money, talking about the Xbox brand, and then hopefully gear up for a really solid launch when the Helix comes out.
Yeah, I got to do it.
Yeah, it has to
You
happen.
go for the juggler. You don't go with the whimper now. You got to spend the money. Like to say, sometimes you got to lose money to make money. That's where Xbox is at this point.
Well, they already lost their ass, so they're starting from the bottom up. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm sorry, Aaron Greenberg. As much as I think people love you. You're a nice guy. This great guy for fans. Some people love to hang out with you, but your marketing department stinks. Now, I don't know how much control he has over it. Like, I don't know how much control he ultimately has. If it's like budget related or he gets the final say in what's going on.
Can't they just make him like a figurehead to keep him around and then just have someone else do all that other stuff?
Dude, their marketing has been so bad. I like you're so right, dude. Like all of us have been talking about this for a while.
It's been terrible. Like Noof, we're at the point. We just talked about it. We're at the point where you walk into Best Buy, you don't even know they exist anymore.
Right. There needs
what kind of marketing is that?
Right. Like you got to have people talk about it. You got to put it in front of people. It needs to be that conversation. And when you're not putting it in front of people's faces, you're not spending the money on the marketing. We're not seeing ads in Times Square. We're not seeing, these crazy things that you see, these other companies do it. Sony, Nintendo, they go all out. They used to do that, Microsoft.
Thank you, D, for the memberships. Go ahead, Ant.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate that, buddy.
The 5 memberships right there. Appreciate
Shout out, D. Thank you.
Thanks, D.
Thank you. I just think that it's just we have to figure this out now because like where has that marketing gone? And the thing is, you can't just rely on the streamers and the people that they're giving these things to, which again, like we always say, like that's a dead end at a certain point because their audience only goes like so far. You got to put the ads in, when football starts. I better see Gears ads all over the place because if Gears does come out this November and it's coming out, if it does, I better see ads by summer to fall time. Like I got to start seeing this ramped up.
You have to put, let me tell you something. You have to put a Gears of War ad together and market that everywhere you can so that people see that ad and be like, holy shit, that game looks awesome. And it's only on Xbox. Logo.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Xbox was still around. I got to go get an Xbox now. I want to play that game. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
We're always going to buy it. We're all the hardcore guys right here. We're always going to buy it, but you got to get the other people.
Remember when Gears of War first launched? 2006 seems like an eternity ago, right? But
it was 20 years ago this year.
Yeah, 20 years ago. But here's this game that obviously the first of its kind, right? It did, it wasn't a sequel at the time. It was a new launch IP under Epic Games for Xbox. And remember how epic all of them. And this was back in the magazine era. This was back in the magazine era when we didn't even have all these fantastic YouTube sites and information. You got all your information on the magazines and shit.
Noof.
We knew a lot about that game going in.
When I worked at Best Buy in Yonkers in 2006. We had people come in business suits saying, hey, it was the day that Gears of War came out. Hey, do you guys have that game with the chainsaw gun? And I was like, yeah, we have it. It's
Right?
Gears of War. And he goes,
Yeah.
yeah, give me that and give me the machine that it plays on. They didn't even know what the fuck it was. They just
Yeah.
saw a trailer online and they said, I need that game and I need whatever machine it plays on. They didn't know anything about Xbox. They didn't know anything about PlayStation. They just
They
want to
didn't
play
care
that
about
game.
the price. They just want
You
to
have
play
to
it,
do
yeah.
that again. And they got the money
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, and then they had that amazing commercial with the Mad World song that nobody will ever forget.
No.
Right?
Anthony never forgot. He got
That's
cries
how
every night to that song.
That's how epic it was, you know? Right now, if I was Xbox, I'd have like Master Chief doing like a world tour shit, man, going around in the friggin' van and be like, yeah, this is Xbox. Not that this is an Xbox. Be like, no, this is the Xbox. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
is the experience. Like, this is what you
No.
want.
The
Say
marketing
bye
needs
your
to be
phones,
new.
You know?
You show the Helix and you put "We are Xbox." Not "This is an Xbox." We
Yeah.
are Xbox because we're the
We are
real fans.
Xbox.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, the
And I
fans
have
that will actually.
thousands of fans in their green shirts, Xbox shirts. We are Xbox.
We are
And then
Xbox.
everybody's
Not "This is
just,
Xbox"
yeah.
horseshit. Throw that shit
Right?
out. You know what's
Nice,
funny
I
about
like
that?
that.
Noof, we said that. We said that was a shitty marketing campaign. All these guys attacked us, say we were Sony pony guys and all that shit. Dude, I have more money invested in Xbox than Sony, okay? You know why? Because I didn't trust Sony with my digital library. I trusted Microsoft. And that's why I'm
Yeah.
pissed off. Because all my money's over there. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's the whole thing. Like, we called that out. Now that this lady's taken over, which thank God I'll take her, all right? Over
She just
Phil
needs to
Spencer,
start
I'll
making
take
some
her.
moves, sooner than later.
I don't
Like, there
care
needs
if
to be-
I don't care if she had one leg. I don't care if she had one arm. I'll take her.
At least she's speaking like fan speak as opposed to like corporate bullshit speak.
Well, that's what Phil Spencer used to do. He used to speak to the fans. Like it made it seem that way, where he was really like trying to course correct,
And
the
he's-
stuff, and he did for a while.
The problem
Right?
is
And then
he's like he's a good PR guy, but listen, it works on a lot of these fans, but it doesn't work on us because we're in sales. We know
wanna
we've heard
ask you
this
guys.
before.
When Phil, remember the notorious, these are the only 4 games going over. Did
Oh,
he
yeah.
know at the time? Did he know? So did he blatantly lie during that, or did he find this out afterwards that more games would
Nah,
go?
you know, because
That's
they
the
had
question.
apparently they had a meeting like the next day or something where they talked about, remember this wasn't going to be one of those 4 games. Look what I'm holding in my hand.
Mm.
He also
Yeah.
had to know because Indiana Jones came out like 6 months later, like after he said that or something. It was like
Mm.
there's no
Yeah.
way they could have ported it in the amount of time.
Yeah, he
that-
knew. He fucking knew.
Okay. So lied
I-
with a straight face. That's awful.
Yeah, the used car salesman crap, and like
He is the Eric Bischoff of video games, that guy. Only Eric Bischoff had some success.
yeah, it's just I don't know. Again, like I'm trying to wrap my brain around, like how they can just go so far away from where they once were, and that's why I think they need to course correct. And while there's new leadership and stuff like that, it just depends on how much that they're willing to keep listening to fans and just kind of give it a. Because this gen's a wash. Like the Series S and X, like we're
Yeah.
basically done. Like at this point, the damage is done. You got to figure something out. Like you said, Noof, they could easily drop these prices down and get people in like last minute just to get somebody in. Or you might have the hardcore fans that are like, I'll wait for the Helix and see what that price point is. But it just sucks that like we're just like it's pretty much kaput now. Seeing these last this November going on 6 years.
What's up,
of
Mental?
This gen. So what's up, Mental? We need like we just need like a fresh start, and like we said, between the ad campaign, selling the console.
Is that Batman?
Yes, Batman.
Buy the Xbox now.
Well, that's definitely Christian Bale, not Michael Keaton. So there you go.
That's Fat Man.
It's Fat Man.
Xbox, record that. But yeah, I just think that like we need to kind of switch it up and change stuff sooner than later, because now like use this last little leg of this gen to kind of figure some of this stuff out and keep your games exclusively on the machine. Okay? Gears E-Day, Just make it on Xbox. Just again, show people why you have to buy it. Just keep this stuff. Like, yeah, give everyone else Halo campaign evolved, whatever. But like Halo, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, Infinite 6 and Halo 7, whatever you want to call it, just make that only on the machine. I mean, because you have to bring that audience in and give people a reason.
Well,
to
Anthony,
give a
what's
shit
the
about
biggest
that.
Halo game of all time?
The biggest Halo game of all time?
The biggest one.
Man, I don't even know. Sales wise,
It's
I would
Halo
have to
2.
say
Halo 2.
Halo
And
2.
it has online multiplayer, and that's how you hook those guys to come over to Xbox Helix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
gave you the first game, right? But it has no online. You want online, you got to go over here. That's it.
Yeah.
But see, this campaign evolved has to be like pristine because they've ran Halo into the gutter. So I don't even think it has the staying power of
Halo
hey,
doesn't
it's
have
only
the
over-
staying power, but you got to build it back up.
Right, they could
They
do
have the
it.
money to do all this. They could do it, but they're gonna spend the money. I don't know if they want to spend it, but they gotta have to
That's-
spend it. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
I'm afraid of. Like, I don't know if they're gonna want to. They're dipping their toe in right now, and I'm afraid they're not.
Look
gonna
at
jump
Metroid
right in.
Prime 4. The thing was scrapped, what, 3 times? And Nintendo,
I
they
think
put so
twice.
much money into that game. They lost their ass on that game. We know they did, but guess what? They kept trying. And they made a game that was decent enough to sell to everybody, and that was it. For them, it was
Yeah.
quality. For the fan base, a lot of fans enjoyed that game. A lot of fans were iffy on it. But nonetheless, we got the game, and it's complete, and that's it. It was up to Nintendo standards, and that was it. They developed that game 2 or 3 times, scrapped it, redeveloped it. They got it until they got it right. They didn't release
Well,
a
and-
broken piece of crap, and then that was it.
Well, and speaking of marketing, it's that they market their asses off. Nintendo markets all over the place. Like they don't have nearly the budget, I don't think, that Microsoft would. But there's every other ad on TikTok and Twitter. It's Nintendo. Switch to Pokopia. They're if they do that with Gears or Halo, you might
Shout
be-
out to Tim Dog, your buddy Noof, your buddy Tim Dog is here, and he might want to jump on here.
What's up, Tim
Nice.
So,
Dog? Hashtag Tim Dog was right.
he was right. He was
I
right
know,
about a
we
lot of
always say
stuff.
it.
Like Tim Dog was right.
It's true.
Let me find him a link. Hang on.
No, I just think that this is just it really is time to figure out, that but the time, they start showing off, what's next in the next gen of gaming, we have to start seeing these things kind of being course corrected now. I really do think that needs to happen sooner than later. So wherever this leadership takes it, we get to see, actions speak louder than words, right? So we have to see the actions, as opposed to just like, saying, oh yeah, we'll fix it, we'll do this, we'll do that. You got to show me, you got to show me, because you broke a lot of trust this time around these last couple of years. This whole gen has been very rocky on that regard, and being honest and open and stuff. So, welcome, Tim Dog.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Dog.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Let me just make sure that I don't have any reverb or whatever in the back. Yeah, I don't have that much time. I got a little time, but I heard what you guys were saying, and I can just tell you from what I heard, and this is all real stuff from good people. So when this happened, I talked to a couple of people, and close to the situation, and what I heard was that she's very, very hands-on. The first day she was working, she was sending out emails about testing bugs, and people were kind of not used to that, I guess, because they had a real lax. Listen, I'm not here to bag on previous management. I think that I was very, very critical of them, and I gave them a world of hell for a long time. I think that they tried something and it didn't work. I think it was in theory. I guess you could have seen it working, but obviously the numbers didn't hit it. And it's guys like you, to be honest, why I really feel that they they're really looking right now. Big as they call. Well, I wouldn't say we're whales, but we're very core Xbox fans that spent a lot of money, and the data is showing that they're losing everyone, especially you guys. Or of our elk, or
No.
how whatever the word is. But yeah. So she asked for a long-term card. So she said that she needs a lot of time. She was granted that, and I don't think she has the same parameters that Sarah was working in, meaning that 30% thing is gone. But the way she's going about this, I really like. She's very pragmatic about it. So she's just like she like that poll, in my opinion, was a specific poll to see, where the mindset is. There's a town hall next week that is very critical. I don't know if there's going to be a link or if it's going to be public, but everyone, I really say speak your mind there. Also, tweeting at her. I do think that they have AI that is monitoring it. She's not, she's doing a lot of work. Like I said, she's on the teams. I really so far have liked what she's done, what she's doing. But I know Jez is right. There is a heavy discussion about exclusives, but the big thing is Call of Duty lost them $1 billion. I heard over the last 2 years, 300 the first year, and then yeah, it's upwards to $1 billion. So the Game Pass is kind of it's a twofold problem. So, well, it's twofold. They don't have exclusive, which obviously, you can argue it, but the reality is that you're not, I don't think you could do hardware without exclusives. But they do have that share that the PlayStation 5 that they do look at, but they can withstand that if if they can get caught out of day one. And you saw the signaling, I think 2 days ago, that she said it's just getting too expensive. That's basically COD, but they're gonna have to retier this. I think Noof, you said it when it came out. This is a horrible idea, and it would have been a good idea if they hit their number, the projections of 70 million in 2027 and 100 million in 2030. They're not even close to that. So, as of
Well,
now,
no, Game Pass conditioned people that would normally buy all their games at full price to not buy them anymore. I said when Gears 5 came out, and I watched guys who would normally buy Gears day one go, "Oh, I'm just going to play it on Game Pass." I went, "Yep, there you go. You just did it. You just did it. You convinced guys who normally buy Gears day one to just not buy the copy and just get it on Game Passes." Yeah,
Really quick,
screwed
Noof.
yourself over.
Anthony and I bought it digital, and then we bought the Steelbook. And then we bought the little, because it had the little Terminator sticker on it, we bought the regular edition. So Anthony and I spent a crap ton of money on Gears 5
Yeah, we did.
a piece.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I bought Reloaded, same well, they gave it to us for free, but like I bought it on PlayStation. Then
Me too.
I'm gonna buy Gears Ida. It's just like I just like getting these games that we're, so fond of, especially getting through Xbox. And I do like to support 100%. And I also just don't like to pay for a subscription that eventually I won't need or won't care
Right.
for. You know what I mean? That's that high. Like the tiers have to be reworked. There needs to be something that is kind of being a switch up in between now and leading into next gen, because this gen is kind of a wash at this point. There's only so much that we can like salvage from this 2020 era that we're still kind of feeling, and we kind of have to start getting some stuff in line, I think. And from what you're saying, I hope that that's the case.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the case, but like I said, she's going about it very methodically. Previous management, so you definitely have the thing where new person comes in, and I know everyone loves Asha, but that's to be expected because there were a lot of unhappy people at the end. And I heard you guys talking about marketing, and not just because Aaron has been my friend and stuff like that. They had crazy ideas about marketing, kind of like, grassroots marketing, and, have budgets that were just not, okay, thank you. They just have, they had budgets that just weren't realistic. And I think I know that the marketing was absolutely, they hated the everything is an Xbox, so they didn't have workable budgets. And I think that that's going to be something that they might get, and we will see. Their idea of marketing was like, "Hell, let's have a grassroots community. X is really strong. We have influencers in YouTube." And they did have programs for that, but the reality is that you don't really hit the core
It only
demographics.
goes so far.
You're hitting the
Yeah,
same
you can
people
only
that
go
already
so
buy
far.
it. You're already hitting the
Right.
hardcores. Yeah. So
Right. So they have to get marketing. I think that that's part of it. And I know that I think I know some of the marketers like Guy Welsh, who's a great person. I think they can look at the exclusivity thing like, people like when we talk about exclusives, I get that people say that, and there's part of me that wants it, like they want hardline commitments to exclusives. But in my opinion, they have to signal exclusive with Gears. I think that that's paramount. If they do that, then we can give them a little bit of leeway. The games that are already announced under Sarah most likely are coming to PlayStation, especially if they've been announced. Now, if
Right.
it were me, I'd pull them. I'd say, you know what, take me to court, whatever. I don't think
Right.
anybody would, but
We were kind of bringing that up the last few shows. We're like, man, what if they actually she just went, no, just pull them right now.
yeah, I mean, I would do that. I would do that because there's
Right.
been games that have been announced, and you could just say, listen, we had an unworkable plan here. You basically throw previous management under the bus, and then you challenge Sony to really sue you, which they're not.
Yeah.
But whatever. But like, let's say that they do have an exclusive 10 polls. I think you guys mentioned it, Halo, Gears. You identify like 4 big 10 polls, in my opinion, and then like a game like Elder Scrolls 6, which they probably want to release on PlayStation 5. So that's a big one. So that's a big discussion. So, but like everything that they look at, I think if they do Gears, they're going to signal, okay, we're going to have some exclusive hardcore deadline exclusives, plus Redline exclusives, plus we're going to also have possibly DLC. Like, let's say that they do a game like Blade. It comes out for everyone. Yeah, people are pissed off, but you could do timed. You could do a red line, which my opinion would be. I think all the fans want red line, but they're gonna watch the momentum. And the big thing is the marker is Gears because everyone's talking about it, and that's the thing. June 7th. I don't see them announcing PlayStation 5 on Gear 7th in a room full of people that I would say most people really want exclusives. Now you see the PlayStation guys. I know it from my feed. They're going crazy. But I mean, listen, I get it because they're trying to get the game and they want it. But the problem if you don't have exclusives is very simple. You basically condition people to buy PlayStation 6.
Yeah.
Because they say, I got everything. So why would I get Xbox? I don't have to get it. If you do have exclusives, then you have people like yourself. You right away you get the whales. You get the people that are like that because you got like as I talked to Lulu, and Lulu knows how I feel about this. You have to show your fans that they are loved and they are appreciated, and that hasn't happened in a long time. I mean, you got a guy put a PlayStation 5 shirt on.
Yep.
And they were directly marketing PlayStation console at the end. That was humiliating.
Yeah.
That's like, that's not the way to do it. So basically, they just got to show fans like us and other fans that we do love you. We're going to make something here that's special. And come on, jump in. And I think they could do it. It's just, again, it's going to be a situation where it's not like tomorrow everything's going to be on the thing.
Yeah.
They're going to take the info. They're going to take the reaction, and they're going to go from there.
I got a question for you, Tim.
Sure.
What about the relationship at the retail level? Because you gotta think too that there's been some damage done because Game Pass largely forced a lot of retailers to look at how they stock Xbox products, and they were
Mhm.
taking. And when we were saying this, and Perry said, like, you walk into all the stores now, and all you see are controllers and maybe a handful of games, and that's not a good look. I know that the digital ecosystem certainly, cut into everybody's shares, all of the three, but you walk in, and Nintendo now almost dominates because they still have this onus on putting a physical product in the store at some level. So what about the damage done there? Because I know retailers have walked away from Xbox more than the competitors because Game Pass definitely had to cut into the amount of games that they would want to put on their shelf, did it not?
Yeah, I would say yeah. Now, Xbox has a load of problems. I
Oh,
listen. If you're up to me, and if we're in a room right now, and I think we're very competent people, I would put our knowledge up against anybody in Redmond. To be honest, this panel right here, I would say just get rid of it. Just make Game Pass like you can make it just like PSN, and you could actually make it better because you have 40 studios, so you could do some third party, but the day and date just causes a big problem, in my opinion. I understand that they do have a base, but there's a way to maybe price tier it or have like the Trinitron or whatever that tier. They're gonna have to tier it. They got themselves in a big pickle. Well, let's be honest. They
Yeah.
got themselves in a big pickle. So
Yep.
my consensus is that they can fix this, but it's not going to be easy. Game Pass, especially COD, they got to get COD out because COD is costing them way too much money. And then the exclusive question gets really heated up on that because you're losing $1 billion. I mean, think about it. We were
A lot of
dude
money.
bros drinking Mountain Dew and eating Doritos, and everyone was buying Call of Duty on Xbox.
Yep.
Now you're taking that away, and you have everyone conditioned to just get Game Pass, which people. The problem too, what they did with Game Pass is that when they had it come out, they had inflated numbers because Game Pass was what was it free? Remember, or I remember it was like free for a year. I mean, it was just crazy. And then you could share your Game Pass.
Yeah.
People are smart. They're going to get a game for a month or a pass
One
for
for
a
a
month,
dollar.
and then exactly, and then they're going to go away. So you basically let yourself get played, and they can't do that. They have to run. I mean, Phil was always under the gun of thinking that Satya was going to pull the rug out, and he was always worried. So he kind of did things with that onus over him. And I'm sorry that I'm going long winded. I'm just trying to get a lot of information in the time.
That's
But
all right.
so
Good.
Phil was always working under that, and that's part of the problem. But that was also part of the problem in 2024. If I were him in 2024. I would have sat down with the fans and I would have said, listen, what we could do is we'll do timed exclusives and giving us some type of answer instead of avoiding the monkey the gorilla in the room and not acknowledging what you said 2 years ago. Now you're just pretending you never said it, and then you had this whole thing. So listen, the bottom line is that they have to make good decisions from now on, and that's just to get them kind of stable. Right now, they're still in a precarious position because of the multiple issues that we've just talked about.
Tim, you were obviously one of the first big, I would say, Xbox fans, obviously big supporter that really stuck your neck out and sort of started seeing the writing on the wall and was starting to call stuff out. And you took a lot of heat, and you still do take a lot of heat for that
Yeah, I
shit
know.
today. So, like, do you think that was also part of the problem too? Like, because Xbox is like they've always, like you said, they've kind of been listening, but were they hearing us? And do you think a large part of it was that some of the fans should have been a little more honest and upfront to begin with? The guys who had the clout, the guys who had the influence. I mean, some people call me an influencer, like myself. Like I'm just a small fish in a big pond. But do you think that was part of the problem too? That not enough honesty was there to kind of maybe help direct the ship in the right direction?
Well, I think guys like you were always kind of straightforward with it and very honest about it, and you had a very large voice. I remember you were one of the guys that you had my eyes raised about Game Pass because I was like, okay, I bought into Game Pass and you were immediately like, dude, this is not a good idea, and you were proven right. What happened with unfortunately, like people are like, well, Jez did this. They were lying to Jez. So the reality was is like the PS4 is copium or whatever that whole thing was, that tweet. They listen, you guys mentioned it. They mentioned 4 games. The next day they had, or the next week, they had an all hands on meeting, and Sarah said every game's going to PlayStation. So that's the type of dishonesty that was going on. They said all of our games are going to all screens, which meant PlayStation. And I knew the verbiage of all screens was because that was what they were talking about. That meant all consoles, the screens, a TV. It could be a PlayStation 5, could be a laptop, it could be a tablet, whatever, phone. But so yeah, I do think I listen, you got to understand too, a lot of these guys were making money, and they're like, they knew their base. I mean, Xbox era, let's do them. They were influential, but at the end, they changed their name to like Fresh Start or whatever. So you had a lot of that, but again, I think Xbox was just working in a vacuum that was just not realistic. Like, not to have a marketing budget, and you have all
It's
these
insane.
things, like, there's just like, think about it. They never had like huge, like Sony's coming out with these $300 million or whatever. I remember going to a fan fest, and one of the marketing guys says they have 10 times their budget.
Wow.
10 times.
That's insane.
Yeah. So they were
Yeah, you
working
can't
with a
compete
smaller
against
budget.
that.
You can't compete. So it's time
Yeah.
for Xbox to get realistic. Yeah, they're gonna have to take some money up front, but they do have somewhat of a brand that I believe that can sell. It's just that you have to go back to traditional ways. It's like Xbox started with 0 consoles, and they had in 8 years they were beating PlayStation. Now
Yeah.
PlayStation did mess up with PlayStation 3, but the reality is that you know if you get the games and you have real good games, and you have a good flow, you can turn it around. They have 40 studios. They have a lot of backing with money. They have smart people, but they have to work under they have to work under a real base, not like, meaning that, like with Phil, unfortunately, he would work under this it was like a false pretense. It was like nothing was real. It was like when they screwed up, he would just pivot to something else. It was never like, and this is what drove Mike nuts. Like nobody said we suck. Nobody, like Bonnie Ross, didn't say I suck. And Mike got in trouble because he said basically, you guys suck. And then they fired him because
The
he
half-baked scene.
insulted us.
You suck. You
because-
suck. You're cool.
Right,
I
well,
literally, look, Tim,
and-
I literally came up to him and I told these guys, you guys suck, okay? Like, you got to get your shit together. Like, they didn't listen.
Yeah. So, I mean, they have to be a real company. They have to, like, the story about Yoshida and Gears of God of War. He saw God of War 3 or whatever it was in 2017, and he walked out of the room and said, "You guys suck," and he was pissed. The game turned out to be great, but that's the type of bar you have to have for them to have, things like Halo Infinite and show it off like that. Think about it. That's not a high level of professionalism. They have to get the bar up. But I can honestly say that Asha so far, she's hitting the right buttons. But again, like I spoke to somebody at Xbox, we know they're capable of burning it up in one day. All
Yep.
the good stuff that they've done. So
As they say, talk is cheap.
talk is cheap.
Actions speak louder than words, man. It's like you gotta put the pedal to the metal. I think I want to be blown away by Gears, what they show us in June. I think if they put Gears out this November for the 20th anniversary, I think that'd be tremendous. Of Gears anyway, 20th anniversary for that. But you're right. They can't show Gears in a state like they did Halo Infinite when they first showed that. Like, we need to be blown away by E-Day, man. You know, being hardcore Gears heads and all in this panel. Like, we just want to be able to see something amazing and pull people back, start pulling people back in a little bit. And I think Gears is a good little piece of that, of course.
Yeah, well, I know they have supposedly the best in the business with Unreal 5. They have a certain developer. I think his name is he's like, I think his name is Ritter or something. I don't have his name offhand. It's they have one of the best now. The only thing that scares me about Gears E-Day is that they have it's a co-collaboration with People Can Fly, I think is the studio.
Oh,
that
Anthony,
has me a
there you
little
go.
nervous. That has me a little bit nervous, but
Yeah.
they got to nail it. In my opinion, I heard this today too. They could make the multiplayer, on PlayStation, and then the single player on Xbox exclusively. But to me, you can't do timed. You have to signal one red line and work it from there. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Draw the
they
line.
have time. Just draw one line. Give one big signal, just to get people talking, because they were on irrelevancy, and that's what spurred this. There was, not to mention Xbox did have a lot of scandals, and we saw one with Halo prop up. They had all of that, but the biggest thing that was really freaked out, management, was that obviously the hardware numbers were just cratering, but
Mhm.
there was no buzz. I mean, if you looked at like Xbox influencers like Jez, who usually gets 1,000, like I watch that stuff, he usually get like $1,000 likes. He was putting out posts and they were getting like 120. So it was like getting to the point where like nobody cared.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing. When you're irrelevant, you're done.
That's
And
true, especially online, right? It seems like it's like a quick shut off real quick. And if you're using influencers as like your marketing and everything, or like what you're leaning onto, that only goes so far. Like we're just saying, like there needs to be some kind of like restructure there when it's not even hitting to the people that it should through influencers, so to speak.
yeah, but now I can tell you though, there's on the flip side, I've been looking at the analytics. One post had, and I talked about, had 1 million views. There is definitely a little bit. There's something creeping up with Xbox right now. People want to like it, but again, you guys say it, talk is cheap, but there is something there. Like I can, like my page, I already got threats. Like the stupid shit starting. PlayStation guys are and I get it, because they were kind of like, they were thinking, okay, well, now I never have to get a system again. But I know for a fact, like, if Xbox has really good games, like the Porter Rocks, who's my friend, he had an Xbox. He got an Xbox. He bitched about it, but he got an Xbox, and that's the thing. Take a guy like me. I got PlayStation for the show. And literally, I hipped and hawed, but I said, you know what? I'll deal with it. I like games. So the
Well,
reality is that if you do have exclusivity, you have something that could be really cool if you have the right hard software.
I'll tell you this, Tim. In the
True.
last 2 years, I've spent the least amount of money on Xbox products than I ever have in my lifetime as an Xbox
Right here,
fan.
too,
I
yeah.
think if you can Mental 9R, same thing. He's been buying a lot of PlayStation stuff. A lot of us have. We've basically been spending our money on the PlayStation ecosystem. So I think if you can reignite the flame and the passion in the hardcore Xbox crowd again, you're already going to have a massive victory, because we're still here. We're still here.
Yep.
But you have to reconvince us that, again, we are important to you. Our money matters. It's not just the Fortnite dollars that float your boat anymore. It's the guys who spend $1,000, that will spend $1,000 on your brand new console, that will buy 4 and 5 full price
Dude,
games
I would,
on day one.
And if you
right?
know this, I bought like 5 of every controller that came out, because number one, I was afraid they were gonna they used to do this thing where they would release the controller, and then like if you didn't pre-order it, you didn't get it. So I got the FOMO downstairs. I unloaded a bunch of them, but I still have a ton of them, and they're just sitting there, and they're not for the store; they're for me. Like if I drop that tomorrow, my wife's got like 50 Space Jam controllers downstairs for the Xbox One. or Xbox Series X, whenever the hell the Space Jam thing came out.
Love your cave, by the way, Mental.
I
That's
think,
good.
I think, and I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because like I said, I don't really have the time, but I have to get ready for work, or go to sleep. But listen, you guys, honestly, if I'm being honest right now, you're the guys that got to get back, like
Yeah.
and it's not hard. It's just Crap Gamer's another guy. Like you guys just
Yeah.
want to see something. That's it. And Gears, in my opinion, and they know it because they read it, and I know that they read my stuff, and that's why I'm really pushing hard on this, is because you get Gears, you get the big cheer in the room, and you have something for that day. You don't get Gears, and you have the PlayStation 5, it's going to be a pop bubble. And at that point, I would just say sell. I wouldn't deal with them. And then finally, that was the thing too. It's like what was scaring them too is that they have the store, or they don't have to be PlayStation anymore. They just need a store, which is like 50, 60 million, 50 million, because then you could get the Fortnite revenue. You can get the GTA, whatever those dollars that they
Mhm.
buy. But when you don't when you have like 6 million, if your base is now down to 15 million or 20 million, your store's screwed.
Yeah.
So that
Mhm.
was also a huge reason. So to get the exclusive, to get the numbers around where they need to get exclusives. They need to get COD out of Game Pass. They need to tier it up. They need to have a cheaper tier, not a $30 tier. That's good though. They need to offer, and they need a retail presence. Like you guys bring up very good points that are very sound. I could honestly tell you that they're listening, they're watching, and some of it, yeah, it's honey potted or whatever you want to say. It's from AI, like they take, like that's why if you tweet her, I know that they look at it. So just keeps doing this podcast, and you have 40 people in here, like that matters. Some you don't know. So I know the executives come
Well,
in and listen to all of our shows. They've always done that. They're very aware, and they're very aware of this exclusive conversation right now. And Jez was right. When he said it, I knew. Well, I had known it. I had known it because I talked to people, a couple of very high people. So it's not your Barron. It's not Aaron either. A lot of people like Aaron. Me and Aaron, I don't talk to him anything about Xbox. I keep it all about like the Raiders or the Giants, the
yeah.
draft. Because he's a big sport. But
Nice.
Well, Xbox don't have bad people. These are great people, right?
yeah,
But sometimes, whether it be things that they can control or can't control, like you said,
Tippy top of
sometimes
the
you're
company,
strapped by a
probably.
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's all
sometimes
corporate stuff.
sometimes
That's all it is.
sometimes a fresh face. It's like a sports team. Sometimes you
Yeah.
got to change the coach. You got to change things at the top because they aren't working, and maybe move them to some other division. But that's all it is. It's not not here to hate on people, but sometimes you got to change the scenery.
100%. Thank you guys, and
Tim, thank you
send
for
it
coming
off.
on.
Well, no problem. Send this podcast. Like, just say, hey. Send it to Ash or send it to even Aaron. Just say, hey guys. So I used to always do, and they watch it. Like I say, hey, just give them the link. Say, take a listen. Rubenstein's another one. Like they're all listening. They're all passionate like us. That's the one thing that was great about Xbox. That was kind of bittersweet. Is like they were one of us. Like
Yeah.
like Guy listens to us. What Guy Welsh. All these guys, Albert, God rest his soul. I love Albert. Very sad about that. But Albert was like one of the biggest guys. He used to always watch it. But Ybarra, forget about it. He would be writing to me, you guys, like he would, he was like one of us. He would get pissed off like one of us. So it was like, it's kind of a special dynamic that they did have, but it's still there. So like I said, I send it out. I'll send it out too. But thank you guys. You guys are great, and it's just wonderful to have a panel like this. Like I feel like I said, I put you guys up against anybody in that room in Redmond, and I tell them that too. That's the one thing about me as an influencer. I never took money, and that was what made me very outspoken.
Yep.
Because what could you do to me? I
Mhm.
remember I told Mike. I said, Mike, what are you gonna do to me? Because I was about crackdown, because he was like throwing some like weird stuff at me, and I was like, Mike, you're gonna not give me a shirt and not send me shirts? I said, I don't care about that. I said, but those guys respond to that. They respond and they respect it because they're not used to hearing that. They're used to, or they were used to hearing, somebody kissing their ass. I never kissed their
Yeah.
ass.
Right.
And that included Phil too. And
Well, I've always told people if you're not sure what to get someone, you give them a box of chocolates and a dildo and say if you don't like the chocolates, you can go fuck yourself.
Exactly. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you around.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thanks,
you so
Tim.
much.
Thanks for
Cheers,
coming.
man.
Later, Jim. You're awesome, bro.
Thanks for coming on.
Later.
Yeah.
You're
You
welcome,
know,
that's
I
all.
mean, talking about that 2 years, Noof, I bought that Galaxy S console. It was
Yeah.
shortly after that. The rumors of the multi-plat thing started. And from January 1st, 2024, I've spent maybe $15 in the Xbox store in
Yeah,
US.
isn't that sad?
I only kept my
I just
commitments
quit
to
buying stuff.
Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, and then that was it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
sad.
wasn't going to keep spending money when I didn't know what the future of the platform was.
Exactly, and I
I
think
already
that
felt kind of bad for buying that console.
yeah,
Mhm.
it sucks. It really
Yeah,
sucks.
and well, and this is like in my chat the other day, this guy that come in there and shit on me after crazy about gaming, talking about the Game Pass price, and I said, no, like I am telling you, I go into the store, I think it's, if I'm correct, just 100%, but I'm pretty sure that PlayStation Plus Essential is the same price as Game Pass Essential at the store level if you go in. I'm pretty sure they're both $129.99 or $13.99 a month if you want to get the basic, which is what I'm on both consoles, right? Whether it's, even if it's $3 or $4 difference, whatever, that's hardly worth talking about. But the point was, like, with PlayStation Plus Essential, at least I can play online, and they're giving me 2, sometimes 4 games that are not old dusters that I can play every month, which is what Xbox used to do, at least with Gold, for some period of time, but they stopped doing it. So, and I got to pay $120 to play online on Xbox, and I got to play $120 to play online on PlayStation. But Xbox is giving me absolutely no bonuses other than 50 stinky ass games on that Essential program, which most of them I already own. The best ones I already own physically, and the rest are free to play games to begin with. Oh, let's put Fortnite in there. It's already free, dude. Like no,
Yeah.
give us some good games. So like basically that bottom tier on Xbox, you might as well stick that up your rump because there's no value there.
Yeah,
Right?
no, it's useless.
Yeah.
And I got into this debate a little bit on another podcast where I was just saying, like, for me personally, PlayStation Plus Premium is a way better value than Game Pass Ultimate.
Absolutely.
And when you look at the price, when you look at the price, it's just not.
They pull a samurai sword.
And the problem with Game Pass for me is most of those games I already own, and the ones that I don't own, I honestly just don't care about. Whereas on the PlayStation side, because I was an Xbox fan for so long, there's a ton of games in there that I've never played.
Right.
So that was the point I was trying to make. And there's people in the chat freaking out like I was a pony and just like
Oh,
going
man.
off on me, right? And it's like, you're crazy, man. Day one, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, that doesn't matter to me, honestly. And I've lived without Game Pass now for over a year. It's almost a year and a half. And I haven't missed it at all. I've just bought 2 games that I actually wanted to play. And that's it. The rest I don't care about. Doesn't matter to me. So, and they got to get that through their heads, I think. They've priced themselves out of the market. For me, I used to keep Game Pass just because it was a great deal and it was cheap. I hardly ever used it, but it was cheap enough that I didn't care.
Yeah.
If I played a
exactly.
couple games,
Exactly.
it kind of was good enough, right? And it was there just in case they released something really good. Or if I wanted to try the odd indie game that I would never buy or never play, I did that. But where it really hit home was when the price kept going up and I realized that I'd only played 2 games that previous year and I only finished one and the other one I played for a few hours and dropped. And then I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I
Yeah.
can drop this, buy the odd game, which I did last year. I bought Doom the Dark Ages and I think there was something else. And that was it.
And you just
I
have
was
it.
way farther ahead.
Yeah.
The other games I've bought on PlayStation because I won't spend the money on Xbox. I don't care if they tell me it's an exclusive or they're going back to exclusives. I'm not going to believe them until those games are exclusive. It might take 10 years to convince me they really have exclusives again.
Just like
Sure.
Frank.
Because of what they did.
Exactly, but
I
justifiably
got one foot
so.
in and one foot out, and Frank is out. Like, I can't even reason with Frank. He doesn't want to hear it
Yeah,
anymore.
like, I want them
Hey,
to be successful. I
I'll
still buy their
listen.
stupid controllers, for crying out loud.
Right.
I don't know why. I've got a wall of them over there. I can't turn the camera to show you, but I got like 40 controllers hanging on my wall over there. Why
Yeah.
do I have them? I think they're not all Xbox, but well over half of them are.
Yeah, we
I think
just
My
maybe
want
basement.
10 PlayStation
Hmm.
ones.
I still have this one hooked up to my PC.
yeah, it's like we just
Yeah.
want to see, we just want reasons
yeah.
to
I've got one.
Oh, I
right
got
here.
this.
so again like
And I got this.
gain back gain back
my
some of the
God.
trust.
And I got that. And I got
That's
this one.
that's the whole
And I
thing.
got this
Anthony,
one.
you said hit the nail on the
And I
head.
got that one.
Like I don't trust
And I
them
got
at
this.
all.
And then I got this
I
one.
should tell you
Yeah.
something,
And
actually.
then I got
I'm just
that.
looking at my stuff here.
And then I got this.
What the hell?
And then I got one for my air
Controller
conditioner.
collection.
And then I got this one.
my Elite Xbox One that's
He's a
actually
maniac.
connected to my PC.
Yeah.
This
I
one's
still don't have
actually
an
hooked
Elite.
up to my Xbox. But that's the 2 Xbox controllers, and I've got, I think, 5 PlayStation controllers sitting here
Yeah.
close to me within arm's
I hope a
reach.
tornado never hits Perry's house because it'll look like a fucking that Batman. That Batman went into God mode and started throwing boomerangs.
Hey, that'll be the quickest way I
There'll
can
be
get
all
rid of my
these
Xbox
deaths in the
collection. Don't you
area for
understand?
Controllers impaling people.
Homeowners is gonna drop
Yeah.
him if he sees how much controllers he has.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so
It's gonna
much of a
look like- It's
liability.
gonna look like the Xbox storage place just went everywhere. Like,
Hey,
But-
for the 10-year anniversary, you might see half those controllers downstairs in the store. Just saying.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's a big milestone for your shop, man. That's gonna be awesome.
It's awesome.
And
Yeah.
that same weekend is when we're gonna be seeing the Xbox stuff. So that's the thing. It's like
You know, I purposely
I'm excited. For
I
that.
purposely made, because every time we do the anniversary, it's closer to the actual anniversary, and that's when the Xbox
Yeah.
show is. I purposely moved it earlier so we wouldn't hit the Xbox show, and the fucking Xbox show is the same day. So we can't win.
At least it's on the Sunday.
So now
hilarious.
we
It's
got to
like Sunday
celebrate,
at, like,
and then we got
1
to
or
sit
something.
there in the tent. But I have a feeling we're all going to be brought together for a reason, because they're going to announce this game as exclusive, and we're going to fucking cheer like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if they go-
Dread's gonna be there, we're gonna have a couple people.
And it's
there.
on PS5. We're going to be like, oh fuck!
That's
I
the
guess
end of
I'm buying
that.
on PS5.
It'd be like time to fire up my Edge.
Yeah. yeah.
No, honestly-
We'll have all the
honestly-
controllers ready.
That is I really think that's the make or break. Now, for me, it doesn't matter because I don't think I'm going to buy Helix if I have a good PC that can play the games, even if the games are exclusive, because they're going to be on PC. They're not going to pull them off Steam.
Right.
So I don't know. Well,
Or their
I'm
Xbox
open to
store or
the
whatever.
idea.
I'm gonna
but let
say
me see
this.
what happens.
If you want people, I think they need to retool the Helix, okay? Because that was a console made for Phil Spencer, because he loved PC gaming and he wants to merge Xbox, blah blah. He probably just wanted to do that for himself, okay? I don't know the whole truth behind that. I don't know anything, but I'll say this: retool it, reprice it, make it affordable, and get it into this freaking stores. All right, we want to buy this thing. We want to go to the store. We want to look at it. We want to buy it. We don't want to do the boutique thing. We don't want to order from Microsoft's website and wait 2 to 3 days. We don't want to do all that.
Well, that's going to kill it because people aren't going to do that. That's the
Right.
thing.
We want
I agree.
the thing in
for
the
most
store.
part.
We want to know what we're buying, and we want it to work. The ROG Allies and Best Buy since Black Friday of last year, and the thing still isn't turned on.
That's the thing. There's such a tiered problem. There's so many issues. There's the software issue, the exclusive issue, the Game Pass issue,
The
getting people
quality
back,
issue.
putting it in the store.
What if Gears
What?
E-Day comes out and it's a piece of junk? Then what happens?
That's the thing too. Even if they have exclusives, what if they're not good? Like, there's so much that I have to see to like. Not that they like. Ooh, they need to prove it to me because I'm the whatever. But I'm saying I spend money on.
Call,
this stuff, so
hey,
for me-
Frank, call Tim back. Go live with him.
what?
Yeah.
for
Like,
for
I still think
You live
there's
there for
a
one
place
night and you want an
Helix in the
Xbox.
market, but I agree with you in the sense that they need something that's more console priced.
Yes.
Otherwise, they're dead in the water. They need to have something that's subsidized, that maybe is console only. It's locked to their storefront, traditional type console, walled garden, whatever you want to call it, that people can buy that's affordable. If they're going with
Yes.
$1,000+ console that's going to be a hybrid that does everything, you're in the
Nope.
wrong market for that.
Yep.
It's that you're competing with PCs, and it might make sense to a PC gamer. I talked about the concept of that, I don't know, a year before they announced it,
On
because
this
I
show.
thought it made sense. Yeah. Well, yeah, your show and a different show and my own show. I talked about it a long time ago, back in 2024. And because of their platform strategy they had at that time, if they were going multi-plat, the way I looked at it was, well, if you move it to more of a PC-based system that can run Steam, then you get PlayStation games. At least there's something there for Xbox players. But I thought at that time, because consoles were $500, wow, don't we miss that? I thought if they sold it for $700, they could make a profit on the hardware day one, and it becomes profitable, right? And people may be enticed to buy it because they can buy games from Steam and everywhere else. So it made sense. But when you start talking $1,500 or $1,200 or $1,000 even, that's too much for console players. They're not going to buy that. And those console players don't care if they can get stuff from Steam. So have a secondary system that's a little less powerful, costs you less to produce, that you subsidize, and it's priced in to compete with the PS6. And go that route and have both. Let the PC guys spend more, because they'd probably pay $1,500 for a reasonably powerful box that sits under
Hey,
their TV.
why
that they can
why
play all
don't
their
they just
Steam games
scrap
off.
Helix and just make RAM for the PC guys? Say, hey, use your stupid little RAM,
Mhm.
and we'll
Yeah.
make the console for the other guys.
The same
Yeah.
price.
Cut it right
Buy
in half.
Xbox RAM.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Project Helix is just RAM, everybody.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
to. We really have
but-
to see to the specs and the power, because that's a big thing. If they can give me something like that's really powerful for like a decent price, then sure. Because I like PC, I'd be on to that. But I don't know if
Yeah.
they're going to be able to deliver that. In
The
this
Helix
climate.
sounds like a good idea for streamers. Like if you're streaming on Twitch or whatever, that's got to be your box, because it's gonna have everything on there, and you're good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is a market for it at the right price. If it comes out, like I always said, like if the Series X, imagine when the Series X launched, if you could buy that box and just install Windows on it and play games, there wasn't a PC built at the time that could touch it. Like
No,
you were
they
spending
tried.
double on a PC to match those specs. And that's the kind of target. If they can do that with Helix, where it performs so good that you can't even come close to building a PC for that same spec,
Well, then
well,
I'd buy
they've
one.
got a bit of a market, right?
Was
Yeah.
it PC Magazine or CNET? It was one of them. They were like, oh, we're going to try to build a PC that's comparable to the One X, and they couldn't. And the lady
Yeah.
was like, well, we're $50 over, and we didn't bother with the disk drive. It's like, well, you couldn't beat it then. You couldn't beat the
Yeah.
price.
Yeah.
That's why they should subsidize the cost of this thing, and people will buy it. But I don't think they're going to do that this time.
Well, they can't really, because of the storefronts not locked down, right? That's how
Mm.
they could always justify the subsidies, was because they own the storefront and they're making at least 30% on everything they sell. And that makes up for the loss in the console, right? They can't do that with this thing. They'd need to be profitable day one, or their shareholders would lose their shit. So
Yeah.
it's a sad reality of it. But
It's a-
ultimately, like I say, I think there's a place for it at the right price with more of the PC community than the console community. So I agree with you, Perry, on the sense that they need another SKU, or they need to rethink the whole thing and toss aside all the R&D, chalk it up as a write-off, and start again with something less expensive that competes directly with PS6. Because apparently this is going to be a lot more powerful than the PlayStation. But we already know having the most powerful console doesn't mean it's going to sell.
I got that doorstop right here.
No.
Yeah.
No, and the other thing is too, right? I mean, as far as third-party publishers and putting games on your platform, they want to see you compete a little harder, because like you already see a lot of guys are walking away from the Series X because they don't want to take the time and spend the money to put a port over there now anymore, because there's not enough adoption base and not enough interest. When you look at some of these games, and Now the PlayStation, they're selling like, it's 500,000 copies, and they get like 4,000 copies on Xbox. Like, is that a great investment for these third-party guys? So there's a lot more than just what Xbox stands to gain. It's what other people have to gain by being in their ecosystem. And if they don't sell hardware, they don't get people out there, they don't get that investment. Like, this is the thing. Like, hardware is not just, oh, well, they don't make money. Hardware is not just what money they make, and people need to get that out of their head. It's about getting the box in people's homes that they can enjoy. That makes it simple, because this is an Xbox friggin' ad. It's confused the shit out of everybody. I'm pretty sure even the
man.
that's the thing. Like, that, we understood what they're going for, but this is the thing. I think they confused the average person who they were hoping was going to win over. They were like, what are you talking about? Right? They don't understand what's going on a phone and
Noof,
on your television.
we were told how
screen.
great this campaign was, and if we didn't like it, we were ponies and blah blah blubbity fucking blah blah. Now those same people, now that Asha took over, first she wasn't a gamer, so they hated it. A week later, they're like, "Oh my goodness, this is so great." It's like, guys,
Well, have you guys heard
you're moving the
conundrum? Have you
goalposts.
heard the conundrum with one of America's largest brands? It's called Harley Davidson. You guys know Harley Davidson.
Yeah, he's down the street.
Right?
No.
So they hired a friggin' moron. They hired this moron who came in and took over the company and almost ran them into the ground, because he wanted to. We need to rebrand because these big burly Harley guys that buy all of our bikes. Like, we need to speak up and reach the younger generation. The pink-haired crowd with the septum rings. They need to be riding Harleys, and they started to go woke. And guess what? They started to go broke like everybody else. They started to figure out who is your brand, who spends money in your brand. You never lose sight of your hardcore people. You got to bring new people in, sure, but you got to be very careful about how you do it, and you don't alienate people that buy your product. Like, trucks sell to a certain brand of people, right? Everything sells. Sport bikes sell to a certain type of person.
Right.
Every brand, every type of thing sells to a certain type of people. People that like meat, they don't spend a whole lot of time hanging out into a vegetarian restaurant, do they? There might be meat things on the menu, but you don't fucking see them running down the street like, yeah, we got a sale on that waffle burger today. No, this is the thing. Like, concentrate on your core. You worry about the rest. That's just a bonus. And this is where all these brands start going wrong, when they chase, again, those dollars they're not guaranteed to have, instead of working on the people that are going to give it to you regardless.
Right.
Right? Mental, you should know
your audience and cater to them.
Look at hockey tickets, right? Edmonton Oilers tickets are expensive as shit out here, man. Like, they are crazy. But you know what?
You got to oil up if you want to go to an Oilers game.
Right? Literally. Well, you basically, to buy Oiler tickets, you got to put a little on your finger, up your butt.
Yeah, you gotta oil up, man.
And you gotta tickle your gonads, and you gotta tickle your kidneys with some lubrication, because basically you have to sell a kidney to get Edmonton Oilers tickets, especially at playoff time. Okay, but they know their audience. They know who's going to buy Oilers tickets, right?
WWE, same thing. They're jacking up all the tickets.
Yeah, I think I said
It'll
it on the
backfire
show when I
something.
was on here before, but this is an Xbox campaign was literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life in terms of marketing.
We
How to
called that
blow your
out,
brand
and
up
we
in
were all
one
called
easy step,
freaking
one
ponies.
easy step.
I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, it's completely insane. Completely insane. I don't know what they were thinking.
Nope.
But
That was Sarah
we'll see
Bond
what happens.
thinking outside the box, and she wanted to show how
She
great
was
she was going to
outside the
be,
box,
and
all right.
and blah blah blah. That's a woman that didn't understand games. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
it sure seems that way.
Yeah.
It sure seems that way.
Well, she had a lot of X-Boys fans just blinded because she was good looking. That was always came. Oh, Sarah Bond, she's so sexy. Like, she could basically.
All right.
She could go
Here's the
play,
thing, okay?
know.
All these guys, you got the internet. Just look up fucking porn, and you're good.
right.
I don't understand why these guys simp over these people. Like, even celebrities. Oh my God, she's so hot. Oh, she's this. It's like, dude, fucking get with reality. You're never gonna get with this girl. All right? But you got the good old Google, and just Google whatever the fuck you want to look at, and that's it.
That's right.
Like, what the fuck? I'm so tired of that shit. Anyway. Or how about you go and meet an actual woman? How about that? But you gotta
look at the hub.
you gotta take a shower first, though. I mean, before you can meet the woman, you gotta take a shower. I mean, that's another thing too.
Well, they do a lot more of that on PlayStation because apparently, what was it? Pornhub was the most watched on PlayStation platform.
Oh yeah, that guy Mystic, right? Didn't he get caught? He was doing a tutorial and it came up in his fucking
Pornhub
thing.
that should be a great ad. Hey, Pornhub runs best on PlayStation 5.
On the Pro, you can watch it 120 frames.
Don't worry, Noof. He was watching the Oilers game.
Man.
Anthony is so happy he's on the show right now.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
He covered his face.
There's got to be some Resident Evil porn somewhere. The liquor was just made for a porno movie. You know what I mean?
The names are already
He's
there.
blind. Yeah, he's blind and he got a big tongue. I'm sure that could come in handy.
Well, I'll say in RE2, the first form of the monster looks like a male something, and then at the end of scenario 2, it looks like a female something. And I think they did that on purpose, Anthony.
I think Capcom's always been doing that on purpose.
Yeah, like the giraffe.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the guys in the Xbox community are dating ladies that look just like the old hag in Resident Evil Requiem.
The old hag.
Turn off the lights! Turn off!
Jeez. Great
Oh,
game,
man.
though, Requiem.
Yeah, man.
And,
I was like, that's the thing. I was just thinking, like, man.
Wait a minute, Anthony. We're talking about Resident Evil. Are we going to get clipped for like 10 videos?
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah.
I still don't understand what that's all about. We got clipped in like a Resident Evil video by some guy who just collected clips.
Yeah.
And then another
His
guy,
name's Crowbat or whatever the fuck. But
Crow Cop, isn't that the guy that fought? He got knocked out by
Yeah,
Brock
Marcus
Lesnar or
Crocop.
something?
I think so.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
Mirko Crocop.
That guy, he did a video where he just collected, like, he didn't say nothing about us. He just collected footage from everybody that talked about Resident. I don't even know how he found us. And then another guy who was also in the video reviewed the video. And then I was joking around saying Resident Evil 4 Remake was 1,000 times better than the OG. And the guy stops and goes, I actually agree with that. And then he moved on.
Yeah,
But then in the
it's
guy's
funny 'cause
comments, they're like, oh, this guy, he's saying all the, it's like, my God, like, it was out of context. I'm screaming at
it was
Anthony.
it was completely out of context, and the thing is like, again, even if it was your opinion, who cares? That whole video is basically just saying
You can't
hey,
win
look,
on
this
this
is my
platform.
opinion.
You get mad at hardware, they hate you. You fucking praise
Yeah.
a game, they hate you. You don't like a game, they hate you. You can't win on
Yep.
this platform with
you
anything.
can't win.
Everybody's
You
nuts.
can't win. Everybody's nuts, and
Yeah.
like his video was just beating a dead horse, basically saying that the RE4 remake is nowhere near as good as the original.
The game is
and
3
here's
fucking
why.
years old. The Virgin needs to get over it. That's the guy that we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it really is like I said, and that's why, because a lot of people were hitting me up on Discord.
Maybe
saying,
when
"Oh, did you
Brock
see
Lesnar
this?"
knocked him out, he fucking went into a trance.
You need to clap. When you're talking about Xbox, you got to look like this and clap like this. You can see you.
I feel like you would look like that with RE if you're talking about RE4 OG as well, because I love RE4 OG, but shit, if this guy's going as far as he is to make these videos,
No
this
one
the
is
second
taking
video
the
he's
game away
done.
from him. He can enjoy it all day long because we know
And
he's got
people are allowed
nothing
to have
better to do with his
opinions.
life.
Yeah, the video is basically constructed in a way where it was.
You know what I
basically
think
just showing
happened,
people's
Anthony?
Reactions.
I think
to
he
it.
played the remake on PC. He used the naked, what's his name, Sadler mod, and I think that scared him, and that was it. Just saying.
Man.
There it is.
Watch out for those
Well,
mods.
it's Requiem's the first RE that I platinumed, so yay for me.
I
very
didn't even get
man.
that
Good
far.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Good
I,
stuff, man. I'm happy you enjoyed
I'll
it.
tell you something right now. That better win Game of the
Absolutely.
Year. Because if it doesn't,
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I don't see anything topping it for Game of the Year for me. I just kind of sucks because the year's still young, but
Yeah.
I just liked it that
But
much.
we got that game immediately. Like, this is a
I
hell of a
put
year
over
already.
100 hours into it.
I'm still waiting for Gears of
I
War.
mean,
That's the
probably
next game for
insane,
me.
But yeah. I mean, probably a lot of people going, how the hell did you spend 100 hours in there? But I did.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's always great when like you don't even feel it because you're just enjoying it, and you're like, "Holy crap! I put in a decent amount of time."
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, like,
I'm gonna go
okay,
back to it again too. I want to beat my speed run time. So
yeah, yeah. It's
He's
just a
making his
fun
own
game to get
achievements.
down, and like the May is when we're getting a mini game kind of
DLC?
added in there. The DLC has not yet been confirmed for like a date or anything. They're working on it now, but yeah, I think it's very fun. Like I said, it has little story
Noof
bits that I
has
wish were a little tighter, but it's
question
still
for you, Anthony.
amazing.
Noof wants to know who is Leon married to? Because that's been bothering Noof since the game came.
Oh,
Well, if I was marrying anybody, I'd be marrying that A Wong because she's absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely. I think a lot of Leon fanboys are definitely.
You know what her name should
wanting
be? 8A Schlong.
Oh,
Or
no.
Ada Wang.
Ada Wang.
Ada-
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying that it could be Ada. I don't know if they're going to explore that. It could be something they just added.
I think Leon married Wing from South Park.
Wing from South Park.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wing is the best.
Wouldn't that be a plot twist? Yeah, a lot of fans just want to see the characters kind of in that like happy ending kind of status, like, oh, they got married to this person.
Yeah, but he's
I don't
going to
know
be
if
an
they're gonna-
RE11 getting killed by a bunch of monsters. So what? There's no happy ending in
I don't know.
Resident
It
Evil.
could just be somebody that he just like met. I don't know if it would be Ada if she's still.
What
up
if
to,
he's
like,
married
her-
to Claire?
He's married
That
to
would-
Helena.
He's married to
Helena.
Chris.
Well, the meme online is that, and it's been a meme online forever, is that Chris wants Leon to continue the Chris Redfield bloodline. So that's an actual thing that people want.
Are you sure
So,
these aren't
yeah.
Xbox fans you're talking about?
These are actually Xbox fans. In hiding. They still can't find the game physically on Xbox. But no,
I got it back there.
I don't know. Yeah, I really enjoyed Requiem. I know there's a lot of competition. It's probably going to get overshadowed by something like your GTA 6 or something else. But I still think for me as a survival horror fan through and through, like I'm happy that it came out the way it did. And Capcom sent me Pragmata a few days early, and I've been playing that, and that's a fantastic game. So
Wait, what?
I'm just saying, Pragmata is going to.
Well,
be
I could
fucking
play it right
awesome.
now because it's midnight.
Yes.
I don't think. Doesn't it come out Friday?
No, it's out today.
Are you sure?
I
I
was
think
told
it
the
is coming out on some
16th.
weird day, but
Friday. Oh, yeah.
but yeah, Pragmata is killer. So far, I'm only a couple hours in, but like they are doing really well with a new IP. It's a fresh idea, but I actually do really like it. It's not like something if you like space, if you like sci-fi stuff, it's like it's dealing with AI and robots and stuff like that. But like just the way, if you guys haven't played the demo, Mental, I don't know if you played it on the Pro, but check out that demo and see how you feel about it.
What are you playing it on, Ant?
The Pro?
So should I get it on PlayStation?
It runs beautiful on the Pro.
Well,
yeah.
I got it on
Yeah,
Steam.
it
How about
does. I
that?
did play it.
It's gonna get cracked.
Yeah,
it might not be for
I'll be
everybody,
pissed off
but
if that happens.
It's just something that's like refreshing at least, and I don't mind.
Oh, it is the
Capcom.
17th. God damn it. I got to wait another day.
But I think there's something else that comes out today though. Hold on a minute.
Mouse comes
Yeah,
out. Mouse PI.
Mouse, that's it.
I'll play that
I
then
think if
tonight.
Capcom if they want to keep trying like new IPs, I think this is good to see because it's just nice to see something new. Whether or not it sells
Yeah.
enough and like people know about it, I don't know, but so far so good
thought
from
it
what
was
I played.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'll buy it day one. Like I kind of would want to get it on physical, but
Right.
and that's the only thing making me think, oh geez, maybe I have to get it day one because you know how they're so limited in the physical goods
I
they seem to
know.
produce these days.
Yeah, that's
It's the way
especially
to get ya,
Capcom.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like-
I don't know, man. I hope so. I really want them to like push this game if it's something brand new and it's a new IP. Like you would think they would send it out to stores and stuff and get it in there, but
yeah. Yeah,
They've been pulling
I
that
am
crap
tempted,
since
though. I had
RE7.
fun with the demo.
you did. Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's like it's not
Yeah,
too
different.
overwhelming. It's a little different. you know, the story is very like, you know, it is what it is. I don't think it's gonna blow people away as far as like how it's setting things up and stuff like that. But like I said, I only played the first few hours. And I think it's cool. The upgrading system is pretty cool. You can upgrade your armor, you can upgrade your guns, you can upgrade Diana, who's the, you know, the AI bot that's helping you.
Carlos, what's up, buddy?
And it's pretty cool, man. Like and you have the they call it the shelter, which is kind of like the save room in Resident Evil, where you go back to this little base that you can access anywhere through these levels, and then you go back to the shelter, and that's where you can upgrade stuff. You can find you know, you could save there and stuff like that. But it kind of lets you go back and like 100% and find things that are through the map and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
I asked you for the map. Yeah, well, the map says we're fucked.
Shout out to Carlos.
But yeah, so that's what I've been checking out. But yeah, Capcom, man, they've been killing it for the releases, and I know Resident Evil and Pragmata are like their top two right here. Onimusha is coming out this year, apparently still, so that's another one that I'm really looking forward to. However, we don't have a date for Onimusha. It just says 2026. I haven't heard anything, so I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. Like, we'll see if there's a demo soon. That's what people are saying. There's going to be a demo, but I don't know if they're going to wait for another showcase or they're going to do it at, you know, a state of play, which they like to do all the time, and like they'll pair up with Sony and stuff like that. We didn't see a demo for RE, but then we saw a demo for Pragmata. So it seems like Resident Evil is like the one thing.
Well, I think they know that people are going to buy Resident Evil no matter what. And Pragmata is a brand new IP, and they want people to check it out and see if it's something they'll like. I checked it out and I loved it. So I bought the game. I pre-ordered it on Steam, and gotta wait another day now to play this stupid game. But there you go.
Yeah, it's at least we have something else to kind of hold us over this spring, because, you know, I didn't get you know, Pocopia or any of the other stuff that's been coming out recently.
Hulk Hogan,
you
what?
know.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan Mania?
Hey, you know what's some bullcrap about the mouse game? There's no multiplayer.
I didn't think there would be. I always thought it was going to be single player.
I thought it would have like online or something. I thought
No.
it looked like 13.
You know the
I was
devs
like, oh,
today,
wait,
Frank,
no.
they don't want to make games anymore that are good.
Just over a month from now, 007 First Light. Got my
All right.
Well, guess what?
copy, yeah.
He-Man got delayed, Noof, until the end of the year.
Oh, shit.
It's going to come out
Oh,
the
wow.
same day as GTA.
They better add online for that He-Man game though, because that's bullcrap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm actually really enjoying playing Starfield again on my PlayStation.
No.
How has
Yeah,
that
I
been
haven't had
running?
any problems so far, knock on wood.
Oh, you haven't.
I don't know. I've played I think I've played 7 hours. so
I
far
played
with
10 minutes
no
of this and I
issues.
fell asleep.
Did you like it the first time though? See, I think
Okay, I'm gonna
150,
I'm gonna
200
say
hours
something
probably in it.
that's going to piss everybody off. Maybe not you guys. This game is it was overhyped and overrated. Now, do people like it? Sure, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I think that this was just overhyped to the gills. The game of the generation, the game everyone's going to keep playing. Well, you can customize your ship. You can customize this. You can customize that. You get the game and it's broken. And then you didn't want to do that because the first guy you talk to asked you 50,000 questions. And I'm like, turn this shit off. You know what you should do?
Huh.
Who made this game? Todd Howard?
Bethesda, God Howard.
Lock him in a room and make him play this. Make him live stream it for 24 hours.
You're just a hater. You're just a hater, Perry.
But I have it in my hands, right? That's
See,
the way it goes.
I had big plans for that game that I was going to create the Enterprise.
I
and then
built a
started
computer
building
called
ships.
StarBuild for that fucking game.
It didn't translate to how I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be like playing Star Trek, but
Go
Didn't
back
work
to the
out.
Xbox
I
YouTube
honestly,
channel and you'll
I didn't
see.
get too heavy into shipbuilding or anything, or even outpost building. I didn't really do any of that. I just played all the missions, all the side stuff, and completed the game. And I had a good time with it. Then I played the expansion because I had the premium edition, and I didn't have a lot of the complaints that were there on the Xbox version because I had it on PC.
Right.
So the load times were fast, so they didn't bother.
And
me
you
with
got
the speed
60
loading screen, 'cause
FPS
it
day
was-
one. You didn't have to wait a year for them to
Oh, yeah,
patch it
no,
in.
well,
That-
60. I was playing at like 120, right? So
Well,
it
that
was
creative-
super smooth. I had no issues.
That creative decision, remember?
And, yeah. So I think it's a matter of perception on that front. For me, it played great. I had no issue, and I had fun with the game. And the load times weren't intrusive. They were literally like a couple seconds, and I was moving on. So not a big deal.
Yeah.
So
I
I
don't
don't know.
think
And I'm
Perry
having a
plays
good
like a
time
lot
on
of
on
like Perry. You
PlayStation
don't
now.
play like Fallout and stuff like that, right? You never got into those.
I
games. I
tried.
feel like, yeah, I feel like it's definitely a style of game that you either are all in.
Yeah.
Like I haven't played it enough. Like I've checked it out for like the first couple hours just to talk about
That's
it. on
what
the
turned me
show.
off about that Terminator game
And
from like 10 years ago. Because it's too much like Fallout. It's cool,
Yeah.
but then you talk to a bunch of homeless people. I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I just wanna
Yeah,
play
I think
Terminator
everyone's
games.
homeless. It's the apocalypse.
I loved Fallout 3, right? Like I 100%ed not only the main campaign but also all the expansions for it.
Oh yeah, it's right
Fallout
up your
3 I
alley.
loved. Fallout 4 I didn't really, because there was too much of a focus on building a base and junk. And I didn't
Yeah.
want to do any of that.
I didn't like
But
that
it
either.
seemed like you had to in order to play that game. Starfield, I liked because I could just do the missions and have fun. I didn't have to build bases. I didn't have to do any of that junk they were making you do in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So that's why I liked it, because it was more
And
like
it got a lot
Fallout
better when you
3
added
in
vehicles
space.
too.
Yeah. And
When you added the
So-
Land Rovers, you didn't walk everywhere.
yeah. And so I really I liked it, and I'm having a great time with it again, going through it a second time, 2.5 years later. So
That's awesome. Maybe I'll finally check it out on PC now that I have, this PC. Because for
Yeah.
a while I was like, man, like, I'll check it out when it gets patched for 60. Because at the time my PC cannot handle that game at all, really. Not that I tried, but I just knew that it was going to be a problem. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait for the 60. And then by the time the 60 FPS thing came for the Series X, I was like, I just kind of forgot about it and just never really went back and played it on there. Then I got this PC built, and then I just haven't really checked it out. But I definitely would, or even check it out on the Pro. But like, I think my PC can at least handle the higher FPS with my monitor and stuff. So I'd probably check that out. I don't have HDMI 2.1, so it would super sample on the Pro. But if I really wanted to like dive deep into that game, I'd just do it on PC and try to enjoy it. But yeah, I got to give that another spin, because like I appreciate the
Just play it in June. I
efforts
still
as
got the
far as,
game
like,
here.
all the stuff you can do, but it's kind of cool that you don't necessarily have to like do all the X, Y, and Z stuff to enjoy it. You could just do like the missions and the side stuff, and like like right now
What happened?
oh, did I get dropped?
I think they all got dropped. Hang on, guys. Whoa, what
Did I
happened?
drop, or
Can you hear me?
what happened? Am I still live?
We're still live. You can't hear me probably. You guys good? You can hear each other?
Oh, what just happened?
Oh, I don't know.
everyone is frozen.
All right.
We're getting
That was
hacked.
weird.
Can everyone hear
I don't
me?
know if I was still live,
Yes.
but
All right.
I could still see
It-
me
it
in
was
the
so
YouTube
weird.
stream, and all you
It was
guys
just
were gone.
me and Mental in the room, but Mental couldn't hear me.
Yeah,
No, I couldn't hear you at all.
everyone
That was
froze but
weird.
Mental, and it was just me and Mental moving, but like Mental couldn't hear me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what
looking
happened?
I'm looking at it going, what the hell's going on?
You know what
Okay.
happened? That means Tim shared it out and they found
I
out.
could only see see Mental. That was it. And he was like, "Can you hear me?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
We were all stuck with mental in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't have that $1.99 internet. That's the problem. I got this high-end
Oh.
fiber thing going on.
What was I saying about? I was saying something about Starfield. Oh yeah, I definitely want to check it out on PC at some point.
Just play it
check
here.
out.
That's all right. I got this over here. Just play it.
Can you play it on PC with a naked Spock mod and then let me know
Yes.
how that is, and I'll pick it up.
Naked Spock.
Make sure you stream that on your channel, Anthony.
Yes, exactly.
'Cause I
I'll
beat
be
it on
sure to.
Xbox without
Noof,
naked Spock,
I don't-
and I don't want to play
Noof,
it.
I don't know if you know this, okay? I think I told you, but I'm not sure. Anthony was streaming RE9 with mods, and he had Grace with like gigantic tits, right? But she had clothes on. And then
That's fine, right?
he's
Yeah.
playing the
Oh,
first like 10
So I
minutes.
thought.
And and then it cuts to a scene where she's like crying next to the bed. Bro, she didn't have panties on, and it's just out there. And Anthony goes, boom, and the stream is gone. Like,
Yeah.
I hit refresh and it said this has been deleted by the creator.
Yeah, and the best part is
'Cause he didn't know.
I stream with like with the latency, so there's like a delay. So I at least had a little bit of a delay for some people, and I was just like, let me just remove that so I don't.
Everyone in the chat was like, what
cross my
happened? Nobody caught that but me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I learned my lesson with that one. But
You sure you don't want to get into PC Noof? All his games would be naked people.
Imagine he
was
spends like
watching a
10 grand on a
speedrunner.
PC just for that.
He would stream Halo by accident. It's all naked ladies. He'd get thrown off YouTube.
Yeah, like instead of the grunts in Halo, they're like naked midgets.
Jeez.
oh man, I'm sure there's
I
mods
was
out there.
watching the speedrunner doing RE9, and he had a Grace mod that she was like in like black latex, basically. It had the huge tracts of land.
Yeah,
And some serious jiggle effects going on there.
yeah, the
And,
mods are a
it was-
little crazy. I didn't see. I thought I was like, oh, this is like I wasn't thinking like because when I saw like the mod itself, it was like, oh, this is what it looks like. But it must have just been like another version of said mod that didn't have certain things on there, and I was just like,
Right.
learn my lesson there. But
Oops.
it's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Noof,
I was just like, let me
Test in
not
third
do that.
person view first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
you're getting
Yeah.
Noof to. He's ordering a PC right now.
Yeah, he's getting one right now.
So, well, part of him is ordering a PC without his knowledge.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Personal cleavage?
Jeez.
For RE9, it as far as how it runs on PC, that game runs incredible, and I just requested the PS5 one just because like I just wanted to play it on the Pro. Like I just want to play more shit on the Pro as well. And they're utilizing that Pro very well, Capcom. So it's good to see like some of these newly developed games really taking advantage of something like that.
Well, that's the issue here. RE9, it looks like crap compared to the base PS5. And that's because Capcom didn't really care to optimize it for the Series X. And that's a problem. And I hope that gets addressed however Xbox can go about this. They got to pick up the phone and call Capcom and be like, this is unacceptable. You got to optimize the game for the machine so our customers don't get burnt. You know what I mean?
Well, I want to see how Pragmata runs on the Series X.
I guarantee you it's going to be a little bit like flaky compared to the base PS5, which is ridiculous.
Try the sketchbook demo and compare it.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the demo's been on there, right? So yeah, I guess it's like
RE4
I played-
Remake looks fantastic on the Series X. Okay. How does RE9 not look that good or anywhere near it on the Series
It
X?
was bizarre. Like based on the footage, it just looks like they have the tone mapping all wrong or something. I don't know what they did.
Well, you
there.
could see aliasing all over the place. It's like they just
Yeah.
upresed a little bit the Series S version. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And the Series S
Yeah.
version looks like the fucking Switch version. It just has a better stable frame rate at 60.
but I agree.
Noof.
That like they gotta
Thanks for
figure
coming
it
on
out.
tonna Noof. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Hey
Thanks
guys,
for
I'm gonna
chatting
bounce
it up.
out and get going, but I appreciate being here, and it's always great to hang out with you guys, and especially have a mental jump in. And Tim Dye, this was a pleasant surprise and a great conversation tonight.
Surprise for me
So
too.
look forward to being back soon. And just to remind everybody that Crazy About Gaming this Sunday morning, so it should be another good show.
10
Also,
a.m.
DM me
Eastern.
About that, Noof.
Yeah, check your DMs on that there, mental.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah. for
All
sure.
right, let me know. All right, guys,
Cheers.
have a great night. See you
Thanks,
soon.
Noof. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you again, Noof. Appreciate that. I asked him at the last second. I was like, hey, do you want to come on? Oh, yeah.
I put his link in the chat there.
Yeah, it's funny. I did not.
And I
have,
had no idea Tim Dog
come
would
in
even
on the books. Yeah,
dream
that
of
was
coming
very-
on here. So that was
cool to get
awesome.
some of the, again, like we
Well-
just wanted to have a panel of people that actually really care about this brand and wanting things to turn around and stuff like that. So
Yeah, the Xbox. So
I'm not gonna lie. When the whole time he was talking about how the executives watch these shows, I was thinking of all those Phil Spencer picks.
that's why I made them.
I'm just thinking, oh dear God.
Listen to me.
Well, maybe
And you-
we single-handedly got him fired.
yeah,
Okay.
maybe Perry did
Oh,
That
man.
that would be
All
fucking
that
funny.
AI imaging, man.
I don't have an
Yeah.
ego that big, but if that were the truth, that would be fucking funny.
That would be. And I was just thinking, like, maybe Satya would be a little less AI enthusiastic if he was seeing all that. I don't know.
yeah.
Well, they definitely removed him from Grok because Grok was making Phil Spencer for me all day long. And then when I would type his name in, like in the last like 5 months, it gave me some like Spanish dude. It's like, what? It's not Phil Spencer.
Oh, really?
You have to feed
Yeah,
it
with like
images and
with like a
stuff.
goatee. I was like, that's not Phil Spencer. What the hell is this?
I just like it's like how like if you go to the channel now and you look at like the live tab, it's like the Xbox Goes to Hell one is just the best one.
And the music too for that.
Yeah.
What? The lyric is Lion Phil.
That's why he got fired.
Jeez.
They're like, this is what people think
Okay,
of this guy.
yeah, but listen,
Maybe they'll just watch
the
this
first
one.
song that I made, I just typed in Phil Spencer, only 4 games, and the AI wrote the song saying that he lied about all that shit. I didn't say anything about him lying. And that was years ago. That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
That's
New.
funny.
The AI knew.
Yeah. Well,
The
it's all right.
AI knew something.
It's all right. They'll just watch this one.
Here's
They won't
the
see
thing,
other
okay?
ones, and that was it.
And I said this a million times on this channel. The reason why there's a million fucking Phil Spencer videos on this thing and all that stuff, it's not that I'm obsessed with the guy. Like, I know, Review Tech USA is obsessed with DSP for some reason. But I spent a lot of money on those fucking consoles, those Series X's, the world's most powerful console. And guess what? I feel like I got burnt on them. I feel like I got burnt on the Xbox brand this generation. So, to get my money's worth, I'm going to have some fucking fun at that guy's expense.
Perry was on his revenge.
I don't
tour
know the
for-
guy personally. He's
Oh,
probably
man.
behind the scenes, he's probably a great person. But the corporate guy that puts his face out there all the time, gloves are off with that one.
Yeah, that's
Plus, we
that was-
can't buy RAM, so we might as well.
You told
rent
me
it
that
from them.
Starfield wasn't one of the 4 games. What am I holding in my hand here? It wasn't one of those 4 games. It was one of another set of 4 games.
Yeah, another set that would come.
Come
out.
on, man.
No, I mean, well, again, I think that's why Tim Dog was commending us for just sticking to our guns and just being honest. I think at the end of the day, because, like, yeah, we rant and rave and whatever, but we also are just like, we're still level-headed enough to know, like, what is actually going on here and what it takes to like steer the ship back on course. Being
We have
fans
fun
for a
here,
while.
okay? And we call
Yeah.
stuff out and we take it and we amp it up to WWF attitude, okay? Everyone knows that. And if you don't know that,
It's
I
a little
apologize. But,
Insane sometimes.
well, we got you to break your shell a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh man.
well, that's the thing. It's
Time
like,
to wake the fuck up.
I still think that's hilarious.
Like, Wicked says that all the time now. Time to wake the fuck up.
Yeah, but he didn't get the lawsuit.
That's not even
papers
what he
yet from
says.
Mental.
He just says it's time to wake up and play games. And I said time to wake the fuck up. And Wicked is always saying wake the fuck up.
Yeah, but it clips so loud that you can't even hear it. So it doesn't even matter.
He screams at the top of his lungs.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, it gets, that's the thing too. It's like most people that are watching us kind of know what we're about. I think it's the new people that come in that don't know like what, kind of what we're about or like the jokes we make and stuff like that that might get confused. But like,
Nobody wants
It
to
is what it
relax. They
is.
don't want to just be on the defensive. Oh, you guys.
yeah, it's
Whatever.
like anyone that's come on the panel knows that like, like or even if you hang out with us in person, like people actually think we sit there and we yell at each other about this stuff like in person. It's like we just hang out. Like we're not like, it's not that, like we talk about it and we're passionate about stuff. Like still we'll bring up these topics in person, but it's not like we're sitting there like, we don't have to entertain. When we're on, we got to entertain. It's a little bit different, but even then we're still being genuine to a certain degree. Like I said, we're not like, it's not like we have to yell or
It's
or
amped
shit.
up.
Yeah, it's
It's
amped
how we
up,
really
so-
feel, but we amp it up for the show. So
Yeah.
these guys in the chat, they had a shitty day. They're gonna sit down. They're gonna see something funny. Okay, that's all. it is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's just entertainment and also just us expressing our honest thoughts, being invested in gaming for however many years and playing all the consoles and giving our weight to the conversation. Because the whole internet talks about all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like as soon as this gaming stuff happens, and gaming is such a huge entity now, it's like it's gotten even larger from when we started the show. I mean, because we started the show, it was still pre GTA 5, pre like Fortnite blowing up and like all these things. The show's been around for a while, so we kind of saw a lot of the shifts in gaming even back then. We we
Right.
started this off of the whole Xbox One debacle
Well,
and the
thanks
DRM
to
stuff.
Dreadpool. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but because of him, we got hooked up with Noof. From there, we got hooked up with Mental. From there, we got hooked up with Tim Dog. Like,
Yeah.
we met all these people. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This show was not supposed to be like this. This show was just us dicking around, like back in the day. In 2013, when we started this show. And we've
Yeah.
had other shows in the past that were not this channel. We've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube since 2006. This is my 20th year this year. And we're going to be celebrating that as well in June, because that's when I started, right around June. So it's all crazy. All those anniversaries are right on the same time frame. So
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing is like the community that, we've been able to kind of open up a bit more these last couple years. And when we started to do this stuff more on video and then like, Discord, obviously, and it gave people, a chance to jump in and, bring in stuff to the panel. So it adds a different, dynamic to it, I think. And, so when Mental jumps on or Noof comes in or, all the guests that we've had, it's just cool to give that different perspective, I think, especially when there's like a lot to talk about, because there's always something to talk about, positive, negative. There's always something going on. Like we've had slow news weeks, obviously, but this stuff that's happening right now, yeah, it's very just interesting. And, whether it's, talking about the price points or the price of stuff with
and I
RAM
think people need
the
to realize
consoles.
something. We buy this stuff. We're real people that buy real things. We're not being sent nothing. I mean, Anthony got a code, but whatever. That's him.
Right.
It's
yeah,
for his
that's like a
Resident
couple
Evil thing.
things
That has
going.
nothing to do with this show.
No.
But we buy this stuff and we give you our opinions because we're real people dealing with these real issues with these items. I bought an Xbox. I was told the world's most powerful console.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I make 100 Phil Spencer videos now. And I feel a little bit better about myself every morning when I wake up, knowing that I got fucked over for the Series X, but not that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like if they, put a price on the Helix and they can actually like compete price wise, like that's going to be very interesting to see, like a console that can,
They
bring the
have to go
specs
back to the
plate.
drawing board. They have the Helix. There's nothing they could do right now, okay? I mean, they could cancel it, whatever, and just redo another one, but that's going to take too long. You got the Helix. Sit down and figure out how you're going to formulate this thing to the way that you want to take this brand now. Forget the past. Forget what the old administration wanted to do with it, okay? You got the new lady in there. She's got to sit down and say, we have this box that's coming out. It was supposed to do that, and that. But the reality is that wasn't going to work. We got to do this, and this with this box. I think if they figure that out, I think they'll be all right. And again, I give her all the praise and I give her the benefit of the doubt because we were screaming on here for years that Phil Spencer's got to go. And he's gone. So, all right. We got what we asked for and we're going to see what this lady gives us. So I'm not against this lady at all.
Now, we talked about like, you know, a lot of the stuff they have on the docket to release this year. Obviously a lot of that is also coming to PlayStation just for this year, not including, you know, Gears E-Day, that's yet to be seen. But so what's going on with Fable?
Oh God, you know, first it's
'Cause
canceled,
This
then it's
is on the
delayed.
docket tonight too. Yeah, what's going
It's
on?
delayed, then they're showing it, but they're saying they only showed it because they are going to delay.
There's
Frank,
a loophole. There's
Frank,
a
come
loophole.
on, tell me what's going on.
They said it's coming out fall 2026, and of course the quick-witted people on the internet were like, "Fall does not end until December, so it could come out anytime from September to December." Which, yes, technically that's
Yes,
true.
that's
So
true.
it's probably
Remember
gonna
when
come out, like,
Indiana
December.
Jones, all the Xbox guys were like, "It's going to be a 6-month exclusive," and it was like 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was December to April, right? So
Yep.
it was like,
It's gonna if it comes out, it'll come out in December. Otherwise, it'll probably get pushed. But I think it's gonna come out.
And
I
then
mean,
when it was 3 months, Indiana Jones, it shifted to, well, Microsoft's still going to get the money anyway. Who
Yeah.
cares, you dumb motherfucker? Anthony, if somebody in a fucking Ferrari runs over your parents outside, okay, and you sue the guy, and the guy has to sell his Ferrari, do you go out in the street and go, well, Ferrari got his money, so what do I care? Nobody cares about that shit. Your parents got run over.
right, right. The matter at hand is what. Yeah.
This is
I
so
don't know.
stupid.
It's like, yeah, it's the matter at hand, right? It's like if you, especially with this game, because I feel like, you know, and again, kind of like in the same lane of like Starfield, where it's like, you know, I'm not too into games like that, right? But it's still cool that if it comes out after a long period of time, that you know, it gives the fans what they want. Like, obviously, Frank has been waiting for the game for a while. Perry kind of seems indifferent. Like, you might check it out, but you're not like, oh yeah, Fable, I have to, you know, like.
Here's the thing. I want to check out Fable for one reason, okay? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
But because I've been waiting 12 fucking years and I've been hearing about this game for 12 years. It's like, okay, well, I still have Game Pass. So if you're going to release it before I drop dead, I'll play it. Because I've been hearing about this shit for 100 years.
And we've already lost Perfect Dark and some of these other games.
I lost the game I want. I want the Perfect Dark. That's another reason why I made those Phil Spencer things. Wait 5 years. Okay. The studio's in turmoil. No, it's not. Put it out there. It's not out there. No, it's not. The studio's fine. They all fucking quit. They shut the studio down. They canceled it. They showed footage. It wasn't real footage. Enough. Enough of your own drama.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
God damn, it's like an Italian chick. You get so much fucking drama from all this shit.
Yeah, I think like the build up, like you said, 12 years, the cancellations, the restarts, it's just like you kind of are curious, like, okay, what do they actually have that's coming out that is really going to be worth what they reset, what they restarted. So yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, we know it's obviously coming to all the consoles, but you know, as we've been seeing the needle kind of get lowered with like what is actually getting moved on PlayStation as far as sales. Like, if Starfield isn't selling, you know, great on PlayStation, but you know, it did what it did on Game Pass and people checked it out over there or on PC, whatever. Like, I'm curious, like a fresh brand new game like Fable coming out. Not that it matters if they go away from this anyway, but I'm just curious to see like how, like, you know, what's going to be that number difference by the time Fable hits in the fall.
Fable better be good, because if it's not, I mean, that's another strike against them. You know what I mean? They got to start making quality games, and the games cannot take 5 years anymore. In this case, it's been 12 years or 10 years, however long it's been. Frank, this was Fable Legends, and you played the beta when?
2013, 14?
Okay. 12, 13 years ago. And Frank, and 12 and 13 years ago, were you even married?
I was living at home. I wasn't married, nothing.
And Frank, what is your current status right now?
Married with children.
You have 2 kids
Yeah.
and you're married.
Yeah. My ancestors will play Fable.
Yeah,
But do
it's
you
still
see?
not out.
This is something that these guys don't realize. These corporate executive guys. This man's life. He was.
It's almost over.
It's almost over. Okay, for this
Hey,
guy,
wait a minute. What does that say about me then?
that means
Yeah,
that
they're
means you're a
better hurry
god because you're
I'm
standing
already
tall.
6 feet under then, if that's the case. What the hell am I doing here?
But this guy was a young man who just wanted to play Fable.
Now look at me.
Now
I'm
he-
a hideous
now-
monster.
Now he's a feeble old man that wants to play Fable. You know that
By the
painting
time-
in Resident Evil 1, Anthony, the guy, the end of life, that fucking painting, that's Frank waiting for Fable.
Dude, I'm like Oswald Spencer in the chair.
Yeah.
They're gonna come bring me an Xbox instead of a baby.
You're gonna call it hope.
Yeah. Please
Fable's
release
my hope.
Fable. It's gonna be release Fable or destroy Fable at the end.
Yeah,
Release Elpis.
scrap Fable or release Fable.
Blind Fable.
Yeah, I hope it's good for the sake of the fans. I agree with Tim Dog. Like if I were them, I'd be like, yeah, by the way, we're putting that shit only on Xbox. You can take us to court. Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, dude, it feels like if this came out like next
Bro, if
year,
it was
would've
Sony,
sucked.
they wouldn't have even put it on there. And I don't want to hear, well, they put Helldivers 2 on there. They're putting all their multi-plats everywhere. Okay?
Yeah.
That's just the way. And Xbox is going to do that with Elder Scrolls. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of
'Cause
course.
that's going to make money. And
100%.
Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to be making money all over the place.
Yeah.
That's
Even if it gets off Game Pass, it's still gonna make money because
it's still
it is
going to
Call
make
of
money.
Duty.
People are going to
Yeah.
buy it. They're going to want to. Now, here's where Call of Duty will not make money. If they were, if this year's Call of Duty is anything like last year's Call of Duty,
No.
you're double screwing yourself because you're taking it out of Game Pass. You're not making subs, and then if it's crap, no one's buying it.
The bad press.
So you
alone
better
must
hope
have
that
lost
this
them.
year's Call of Duty is worth the money because you're going to ask people for the cash, and they're going to give you the
Absolutely.
cash if it's good. So make it good.
What is it? Modern Warfare 4 this year.
Yeah,
So I think
that's what Nick told me.
now the thing is like I think just the bad press alone costed them so much money on that last game. Like once the social media post hit with that dumbass final boss and his face everywhere
It
and
was
stuff,
over.
people were checked out, man. Like because I really liked Black Ops 6. I was
Black
I
Ops
into
6
it.
was
I played it for
awesome.
I played it for a few months. The campaign was solid, but Battlefield 100%, say what you want about it now, whatever, the player base, the count dropped. I don't give a shit. Battlefield was the better game this year,
was.
or last year, hands down. So it was so good. And my dad was able to enjoy a war game that he likes to play because that's really all he plays is COD and then MLB The Show, you know, and then Madden. But that's what he enjoys. So he got something that wasn't like, you know, a forced co-op campaign shooter that's like, you know, playing online. Like he wouldn't know what the fuck to do. It's just about knowing the fan base. And will he play Modern Warfare 4? Absolutely, especially if it plays like a COD game and how it should, especially if they don't cheap out on the campaign. But if it gets out of Game Pass, regardless, and it just like people have to buy it again, you're going to get the people that buy it every year, just like how they buy Madden every year. They're going to spend money. You know, they're going to spend the money just to play those few games, and then they'll jump on, you know, they're free to play Fortnite stuff, and then they'll spend money on skins. Like, these are the people that buy the games. Like, us hardcores, like, we play everything. We'll buy it, of course, as well, if it's good. But there's some people, like, those are the only games that they cycle out, you know, every year. For those reasons, you know, whether or not they play Warzone, I know that's free, but that's different. That's a separate thing that they update. But I think we said this at
Can
the
they
top
bring
of this
back
show, or you mentioned it.
WWF Warzone? The hell with Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah,
I want the real
wish.
Warzone.
Yeah, that's the real Warzone. I think you mentioned it at the top of the show or something about like having just the COD multiplayer thing like separately or like updating it or something like that. I think like they got to rework something because if it's not selling and it's losing, it's like hemorrhaging money. And I know it's Activision and you know Microsoft and they have a bunch of money, but if they see it bleeding that much money out of nowhere, like there's going to be a shift, there's going to be a change, I think, and Yeah, this year is going to be
Well, you
interesting
heard
with how
Tim
it ends
Dog. He
up.
said $1 billion was lost in the last 2 years on Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's
It's
insane.
$1 billion. That's a lot of money. They paid $69 billion for the company.
What the hell happened with Black Ops 6 though? Because that was well received and it launched pretty good. I mean, maybe it just didn't have
It
one
like
was
bought
the best game that was free in Game Pass. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, no, that's true. I guess all the Xbox and PC players were just like, look, we'll just play this right now while it's hot. After a few months, some people drop off a COD. I
Listen,
know I did.
I understand why they put Black Ops 6 in Game Pass, because it was a really good game. And they said, you know what? We're going to get a shit ton of subscribers that want to play this game. And guess what?
Yeah.
They got a lot of them, but they didn't get anywhere near they thought they were going to get.
And they didn't get like people that are sticking with it. Like
That's-
Mental was
that's-
saying, like by the
yeah.
time you look at all these prices going up,
People
and
sign
you're
up for
looking at
$10,
it
they
side
sign up
by
for
side.
$1, and then they're out. They beat the game
Yeah.
and they're done.
because then you can't justify, like, if you're not playing, like, you're done Black Ops 6, you play the campaign, you play with your friends, you prestige a couple times, and then like you're still getting billed, over $30 a month, and you're just like, this, like, anyone that's going to look at their Netflix going up and YouTube Premium going up and all these things, it's like you can only deal with that so much before you're just like, I gotta cut this shit down. And like Mental said, you can just buy the game, like if you wanted to buy Starfield, and then you have it, and then you don't have to spend X amount of dollars a month to just throw to nothing, because all the other games you already own already,
Right.
or there are a bunch of indie games that are either good, some of them, but a lot of them are just not as good or entertaining or worth the subscription fee. It's just not worth it. So
Yep.
yeah, I just think voting with their wallets is the best way to go about this whole thing.
It is.
Looking at the sub fee here in Canada, $35 a month. That's like $420 a year for Game Pass Ultimate to get
That's
games day
insane.
and date.
Ridiculous.
Like, what are we Like, what are we doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
It's
There's
insane,
no way I'm gonna pay that. I can get PlayStation Plus Premium for half that.
Yeah. And like you said,
And-
you're getting more enjoyment from that, or more value to you, and that's what
Yeah.
matters, right?
Oh, exactly. Because there's
Yeah.
games in there that I just haven't played. And I don't know, when I think about the Xbox side of it, why would I spend that? Like, they're lucky if they put out well, okay, I could pay for 4 theoretically, and 4.5 first party, like, day and date release game from them. The reality is they never produced that many for me. It's lucky. Like last year, I think it was 2 that I bought. But, I'm still way ahead. I'm ahead by 2.5 games. That pays for my PlayStation Plus Premium.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And do I care? I haven't missed it at all. Like, I thought I might miss it, and I just haven't. There's not been one day where I thought, oh man, I'm really jonesing for some Game Pass. It's just not happened.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, the online play, that is the only thing that I miss, because there's certain times I'm like, ah, shit, I can't play that online with, like, Noof will have a game day or something where I'm actually available,
And
but
then
I
you don't
can't
have-
play because it's Xbox.
Right.
But that's been like once or twice that's happened, and that's just not worth the money for me. Like, even that just alone, like Noof was saying, I think it's $14 a month here in Canada.
Yeah. For
And they don't
core or
offer the
whatever.
discount. You used to be able to get it for half price if you paid for the whole year. I can't find a deal like that. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it to me. For $14 a month, I just don't care at all.
Yeah.
I would
No,
sooner
man.
play something else.
That's the thing too. It's like that's why I'm curious how they are going to do that with, Helix and going into that
It has
realm.
to be free.
It has to
It
be.
has to be free, or the console's pointless. Then you lose those PC guys I was talking about that might be interested in it. If it's not free, forget it.
Yeah.
And they need to remove online costs for any console at that point. It's just the reality of it, because you don't get anything for it. What are you
No.
really getting for that now? I can use their chat crap for free on my PC already, so they can't say, well, you get chat. Who
Right.
gives a shit? I can use
Right.
Discord. I can
Discord
use anything else. I
is-
don't need their chat.
The one thing I like about because obviously
you know what,
Xbox
too?
integrated Discord, but yeah, PlayStation did too, thankfully now.
And
I
Mental,
don't
you
gotta
know
do my
this.
phone.
They're harvesting all your fucking data from the chat thing anyway,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're making money
Yeah.
that way secretly without you even realizing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the telemetry shit on a Windows PC. That's a freaking eye opener. It is constantly telling Microsoft what you're doing.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I removed all that shit. And now finally I have an idle CPU usage that's a little bit reasonable on a Windows PC. It was a big eye opener moving to Linux and seeing how my PC could sit doing nothing and use less than 1% CPU while it was doing it. Well, Windows is chewing away at like 7-8% all the time.
That's crazy.
Because it's collecting shit and sending it all off to whoever,
Yep.
right? All that junk running in the background. I think
Yeah.
I've got mine down to where it can rest now at around 3 to 4% by just
Nice.
chunking stuff out. Occasionally it'll come down to 1 to 2%.
But then there'll be that update, and it'll add it all back in, and you got to figure out how to take it all out again.
yeah, then I got to go clean the crap out again. Like, that's where, man, I wish they would fix the issues with Linux and online play. As soon as they do that with those like easy anti-cheat and stuff, I'm done with Windows. I won't use it again. I've moved away from anything Microsoft in terms of apps. I'm just done with it.
You see what Xbox
there's
did to this
just-
man? It made him move away from the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I just I don't know. I go through these phases, you know. I hated Microsoft like in the early 2000 teens for quite a while too, right? Like right around the PS4 launch. Right? I didn't touch Microsoft anything. I was basically a hater at that point too. And now they've pushed me back there again. I don't even want to use their OS anymore.
Right. No, I don't blame you. I think we can all agree here, gentlemen, that Windows 7 will remain the best Windows of all time.
That is one of the best. 7
That was the last
Ultimate.
one.
I miss that, man. I miss 7
That
Ultimate.
was the last one that didn't have a bunch of shit in it.
I miss that so much.
Yeah, it was a clean OS, like pretty decent. But I apologize, guys. I'm gonna have to go. Get
No, it's all right. It's fine.
No worries,
but,
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had a lot
Thanks
of
for
fun
jumping
though.
in.
Glad I hopped in for a bit. That
We're
was
glad
good
you came.
times, And
Definitely.
yeah, I know it was fun. But yeah, I got to get to bed. Work's been kind of shitty lately, so
I'll take it easy.
Well, hopefully
Lots to do there.
that turns around, man, and you can, keep playing some games in your free time. You platinum RE9, so
He's gonna
curious
play it
to see,
again.
yeah,
what your next venture is.
yeah. No, it was good times too. Like I say, I think I'll head back in there too before I forget the whole game and try and see how fast I mean, I did the speed run in casual mode because that just seemed way smarter than trying to do it
Oh,
in
yeah.
Insanity.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
you know.
Yeah.
And I realized too, as I'm going through it, I'm like, why am I wasting time doing all these things that I don't need to do? And
Yeah.
I still did it in 3.5 hours. So I think, if I put my mind to it, I think I could get that down to 2,
Wow.
probably.
Yeah.
know,
Easily.
it-
Yeah.
Ton of stuff that I just wasted time wandering around and then realized, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I did that a lot. So, and watching cutscenes that I didn't, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I've seen this a million times.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what stupid crap like that. So maybe not 2, but like 2.5 probably. I know I can shave an hour off that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially
man.
with unlimited ammo and stuff.
Oh yeah. And then
Haven't-
before you know it, you get done the basement section in like, a few minutes. You're like, wow, that was a lot
Yeah,
faster than
that takes me a few minutes. I know
yeah.
where to go.
first time you play the game, you're like, oh, dude, this section's gonna take forever, and it will. And then like when you replay, you're like, oh okay, yeah, I kind of know where to take the fuses and where to put. Like you just kind of
Yeah.
work it out like any other RE game. It's fun.
Yeah. No, it was good times. So I'll probably do that again. But like I say, I spent over 100 hours in that game. Never thought I would do that even remotely
Wow.
when I bought
Yeah.
it, but
Shows how good it
That's-
is.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
loved it. So anyway, guys, thanks again for having me. And
No problem, man.
Anytime.
we'll stay in touch on Discord.
Sounds good,
Alrighty.
man.
Awesome.
Thanks
Cheers.
for coming.
Good
Cheers,
night,
man.
chat. Thanks for joining us. Cheers.
Later.
Peace. Now, Anthony, what you didn't just tell that man was that in another 3 years, when Crow Cop decides to make a video about how RE9 sucks, how he's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be
I'm sure
clipped
that's
now.
coming. Yeah, that's funny. So the guy that
I don't know anything about this. And shout out to Mark Main for sending me that video and not telling me anything about it and expecting me to watch a 2-hour video without giving me any context, which I did not do. So
Yeah. I basically, like, the same evening you sent me that, I got sent it on Discord, and someone sent me a screenshot of, it was of our podcast that we did for RE4, and I was like, oh God, what is this? And I'm already busy with a million other things. I'm trying to figure shit out, and scheduling stuff and all that stuff this week, and then I see that, I'm like, great, like, what is this? Because I knew of the guy. I've seen some of his videos before, but he was never a guy to, like, say a bunch of stuff. The way he edits is kind of like, he pulls from people's streams and their reactions and from the community to show that there's, like, these sides of people that either don't agree with his opinion or agree with his opinion.
but we don't even know who he
Um,
is. I've never heard of this guy in my life.
Right. He does some narration, I think, in some other videos, or
But
even
what?
this one. I don't know.
Here's the thing. If he likes RE4 OG, who cares? That's fine.
It's just his opinion. It's an opinion. Nobody's right or wrong.
But this
for
guy's
an
make a
opinion.
2-hour video of everyone that doesn't agree with that same opinion. I
know
still
what
like
it is?
RE4 OG. I still play it on GameCube, and I play it on the
know what
the
it is?
PS5 and shit. But I mean, come on, man.
It's just the fact that, like, if the roles were reversed in terms of, like you're never gonna make anyone happy. So, like, what the guy was saying that you show that was reacting to that, because he was in that video, Balk or whatever. He's a guy that Capcom's flown out to do the ads for and shit like that. He
Okay.
seems like a cool guy. I don't know if he knows who we are, but even he was like, when he was reacting to it, he's just like, I can agree with a lot of points in this video. I could disagree with a lot of points in the video, but, like, at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. Like, even if the
What
game
does it
did a million
matter? It's
other
just some
things-
fucking weirdo guy that put 2 hours of video clips together. That's like
And
a
this is
fucking
the second
serial
video
killer.
he's done, by the way. This is the second RE4 remake. He's died. You know what the guy Balk said? He's like, dude, he's like, you should take all these resources and make a video about RE3 remake. At least that's justifiable, because that has a lot of community backlash. A lot
Right.
of people don't like it, blah, blah, blah. RE4 remake, it seems like there's like there is people that don't like it as much as the OG, but it doesn't seem like it's as, like, video topic worthy, other than the point of you just not agreeing with the majority of RE creators or just content creators saying, like, there's a whole section where it's like, oh, I never played the original. I never played. So he's clipping all people that said I never played the original. So he's saying that a lot of the positive feedback
But
from Remake
Anthony-
being a 10 out of 10 game
But Anthony,
is because
what possesses somebody to wake up one day and say, I'm going to capture someone saying this, I'm going to capture saying that, and it's cramming into a 2-hour. Who the fuck? Who has time for this stuff?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
and
like
again,
the fucking alpha. I don't know. It's just
It's
weird
just
shit. Like the Zodiac Killer or some shit.
Right. It's just kind of like taking what you said out of context, basically, and any clip that they use out of context. So, like, because, for example, like, if you or Frank said something on a podcast, it's not like all of our opinions are exactly the same. But for that, we pretty much lined up pretty.
But what's the end
equally
game with this
for.
guy? To show that
I don't
people
know.
have different opinions on him, or
Also, did you guys see how fat I was in that?
me too.
I'm
'Cause that was
huge.
when-
I just went to look at it.
That was
now.
when RE4 remake came out. That was 3 years ago.
That was April. That was April 2023.
And I
so that
lost a
was 3
shit
years
ton of
ago.
weight, and I gained a little bit of holiday weight back recently. So
No, we both look good.
I was gonna say, yeah,
looking
you
at
guys,
this
you
now,
guys,
I'm like,
you guys
wow.
look different, but in a good way. But I just didn't, and when I see stuff like this, look, this is what happens when you get a little clout on the internet, or people know or find your shit, and you're somewhat popular with some of these guys, right? And I'm not saying we're the popular kids on the block, but, like, it's kind of a compliment when you get like, you get put in this shit. You're just like, all right, well, I mean,
people with no
it's out of
fucking lives. That's
context.
who says Dreadpool. He's angry now too. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Dreadpool.
of
He's gonna come
context.
after you now. This guy. He's
Yeah.
reading the chat probably.
It's drama and it's rage bait for exactly, guys. It's rage bait for the views. And that's why I think, like, Perry saying, "Oh, I'll take this, X amount of times over RE4 original." It's like, yeah, he said that, but, like, it's not like
You know
Like,
why I said that?
who cares? It's an opinion too.
Because the fucking game, when it came out, blew my socks off compared to the original. That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're honest. And the thing is like, keep in mind, because people forget that, like, we played that game for about a month before jumping on a podcast. So we made sure that our opinions were pretty much like firm with how
Merker.
we felt. Like we made sure that, like,
Your icon is
we had-
scaring me.
What's that?
His little icon is scaring me. It's like a naked guy from Rygar. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell is
he's
that?
gonna battle someone. Ugh.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that, like, anyone can take anything out of context, and, like, at least he wasn't like crapping all over our opinion. But in a way, the way it was framed, it was like, yeah, see, these are the people that are just like saying that they like it and they don't really
Okay.
have like.
Well, listen, when Capcom mails me a fucking check, I'll say whatever the fuck they want. But until then, they make some pretty good fucking games, man. And I'm buying them. I'm paying for them.
Yeah.
So
And it's funny. I don't know if you should. I think Rambo, who does all
Rambo?
those reviews and stuff. Rambo,
The
Raph
actor?
the
Raph.
guy
the
that
movie?
the guy that went nuts in the fucking
the guy that went nuts.
in Vietnam.
Do you not know who Rambo? Why did
You
you
not know
act
who
like you were?
Rambo is? No, the YouTuber Rambo Raph for Life, who does all like their movie reviews. He's been around forever.
right.
But he reached out to me on Facebook. He didn't even know we were in the video. He's like, "Hey man, did you see this like drama rage bait video for views?" And he's like, "I turned it off." And I was like, "Yo, we're actually in it." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you like captured Perry's like shit." And he's just like, "Dude, that's so fucking like stupid." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's out of context and it's dumb." But even he thought it was stupid. It's just like everyone I've talked to about this video is just like, okay, we get it. So you don't like RE4 Remake. Like, what is the big, like, that's his video statement. It's just like, I don't like RE4 Remake as much as the OG. Here's a bunch of reasons
Can
why.
I ask you? I'm going to just flat out say this, and I don't care if people get angry. All right, cancel me. Is this guy autistic?
I don't think so.
Because why the fuck would anybody care about this stuff? Seriously, why would anybody give a flying fuck that
I think it's to make people
85
mad.
fucking people prefer to have the remake over the OG?
Yeah, it's to make people mad, man. It's to
That's
get
the whole point.
like, so like I saw Bach like reacted to the whole thing, right? He live streamed it, and he has a larger fan base than Crowbot does. Because Crowbot's a relatively new channel, right? But this video is getting in the algorithm of people. So like I saw the video thumbnail when it was just uploaded, but I didn't watch it because I was like, oh, whatever. And then, like I said, I saw people on Discord hitting all of us up like, oh, you guys are in this. And I'm like, well, what? I'm like, great. Who the fuck said something now? Like, what's going on? And then when I watched it, I was just like, I mean, it's just an opinion, man. It's just a game. I mean, was he like
The
sitting there
video-
screaming and yelling and
I
raging the whole
didn't-
video? No.
I don't have
but-
2 hours to watch the video, but when I saw our clip in the Crow Crap video, whatever the fuck his name is, I didn't hear any words over it, so I was like, all right, whatever. Like he just showed a clip of us, no big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of, that's how it's kind of
The other
like,
guy, he was like, he said what when I said it's 1,000 times better, he goes, okay, I agree with that guy. I didn't know if that guy was being a dick at first, and I was like, oh, okay, that guy is just being, because he's in the video too, and that's why he
yes,
critiqued
he
the whole
is.
thing.
Correct.
So
He
that
actually
guy's
was
okay
just
with
after
me.
us. He like I think it showed us, it showed somebody else, then it showed him, because it was showing him talking about his tier list and why he's putting RE4 where it is and all that stuff. And it's
Right.
like, again, it's just one of those things. Like you could take anything out of context.
Imagine,
and
listen to
it's
me. Imagine living, not this guy, but the other guy, the Crow Cobb guy. Imagine living next door to that guy. And can you imagine what he's causing, the drama he's causing his neighbors? You have a brown car. I have a red car. Why do you got a brown car for? How come you didn't get a red car like me? Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's the thing. I don't know. And like I said, like he does these videos for, like he did one for about Back for Blood and how like, it shows that it's not as good as Left 4 Dead, right?
Who
like
cares?
he does like
Don't buy it.
right. And he has again, this is a guy like I'm looking at his subscriber count. Like he has over 1 million subscribers and he does these videos
How?
just every
Dude,
couple of years.
400 and something thousand people saw us in this video.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And not
I
one
just
person
realized
will
that.
subscribe.
His most
Maybe.
viewed video
To
is
us.
29 million. It's Nintendo Switch painful launch, and it's like a broken like Switch. Like it's just he does like clickbait stuff, and then he does these like videos that
Yeah, because
just
he's
are like a
catering to the mentally disturbed people.
yeah, it's kind of like he just shows up and does videos every so often.
Well, that's the thing,
and, like,
Dreadpool. If I copyright strike it and it falls into fair use, then I get sued.
yeah, yeah,
And this guy then knows where I live, my whole name, it's not worth
Yep.
it. So
It's
let
not
him use
worth
the
it.
5-minute clip, or it was a 5-second clip, I would say.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's
I'm
not
not gonna
just,
say I'm
it's
not
not
gonna-
like he just ripped off our channel completely. Then if he steals the videos, then yeah, but if it's a clip of me and like 100,000 other people, no big deal.
Yeah, that's why it's not like a situation like, and I'm not gonna name names, but you guys know what happened, or like literally on Thanksgiving
Right.
and all that shit, and I had to like
And you know
address
what?
that. And
That's
that was a whole
another thing too. I don't like when people upload shit on holidays because you're eating dinner with your family and then that shit happened.
Yeah,
It's like, can you at least wait until the holidays are over if you're going to upload a fucking video like that? But no, these guys need the fucking money because it's the holidays. Everyone's home. They're going to be watching videos and that's where
Right.
they make the bucks. Okay. Can we please stop that shit? Can there be some sort of YouTube etiquette on here where you don't attack people on the fucking holidays?
yeah, and also just like if you're gonna like you said, like what happened with me was more like a wider, like it was just our video, just attacking us, just trying to make us seem like we had a certain where like this was like, okay, it's a clip of like that's why I didn't really care, and I was still thinking, I'm like, should I even do a video just talking about the
No,
fact that it
don't even
happened?
bother because
But
then you're
it's
going to
not
send
even
more
really
people
worth
over there.
it.
We're
Yeah,
talking about
it's-
it now and it's stupid, but I
Right,
don't
right.
know anything about this. That's why I asked you on air. Yeah, Dredd, he just took a clip of us talking and that was it. Like he didn't like talk over it, but he took like Bill's video and then he took our video and then
Yep.
he took Sally's video and then he just made it into one big 2-hour video. So
Yeah,
you're just
he wanted
watching and
the-
there's, I love RE4. I think RE4 is 1,000 times better than RE4 OG.
Yep.
I really played RE4 and I loved it. Like that's how it
Yep.
goes. It's just
Very just like, hey, this is what the community felt right away. He clipped a lot of streamers
Exactly,
that
there
were
you go.
playing it for the first time. Like he was getting everyone's reaction of like, well, that's not how, like, what do they do? Oh, they cut this one thing. Oh, like it's like that, like he had two different sides in the video, but he was very selective with who he picked with like the hating side or the side that wasn't.
But we're not
Like,
hating
for
on OG
RE4.
RE4. I still have the fucking game downstairs from 2005. January of
like you said-
2005. It's still downstairs, motherfucker. Probably getting disc rot.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know if he has people that help him find these clips. I don't know if it's him. I don't know how he found us specifically.
Well, if he's got
'cause
enough
we're-
time to make a 2-hour fucking video of clips, it's got to be him.
It's got to be him. Yeah.
And if it took him 3 years, because this game came out 3 years ago, took this guy 3 years to make a video, it's got to be him.
The original video is only like 45 minutes long, but this other guy like went crazy and like commentated over every single clip, and that's why it's 2 hours long or whatever.
How many
Well,
guys are they
well,
making videos on this?
I know. So okay, so the guy, yeah, I was gonna say the actual original video is 45 minutes long.
Okay.
The guy who reacted to it was doing a live stream, and he just decided to like
Okay.
talk about
gotcha.
it. He would pause and talk to the chat and say, I don't really agree with this because, and then he would also say like, this works both ways though. Like if they did everything right, they would still find something wrong with it. Like even like you can't make RE fans happy. And that's kind of what he was
This
saying.
is
in
what I
his
don't understand about
reaction.
Resident Evil fans. Just play the fucking games that they give you and either like them or don't like them. Enjoy what you got. And if you don't
Yeah.
like RE3 Remake, then play RE3 OG. It's not going anywhere. Capcom's not delisting them. Not yet.
Right.
You could still play that game and enjoy it. You don't have to get upset about it. And by the way, someone is modding. We talked about this, I believe, a couple of episodes ago. Someone's modding all the old stuff back in the OG. I'm sorry. They're modding back all the OG RE3 stuff into the
I've seen
RE3 remake.
Right.
So the fans are going to get what they want. As long as they know how to use a computer, they should be good to go. But Dreadpool's right. How about you just don't attack anybody? That should be the YouTube etiquette. Yeah, I know. But, these guys, they want money.
Yeah, it's, again, like, I just think that, like,
there needs to be
the way
guidelines on YouTube. There's a difference between fair use and just ripping everyone's clips off.
Well, it just, like, if people, and again, like you said, like, when someone reacts to that video and they're streaming, and then they see you say something like that, which is your opinion, then they just think, oh, wow, these guys are X, Y, and Z. Like, they'll make their assumptions.
We're evil
because
people,
that's
I
what
guess,
people do.
because we like the remake of RE4. We're
Yeah, it's like,
supporting a
that's-
fucking brand that we all love, dumbass. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
what version of the game we like.
No, it doesn't. So, yeah, it just doesn't make sense for me, like, to see it happen. Unfortunately, it happens.
So if RE4 remake blew big chunks, Anthony, it didn't sell, guess what? We wouldn't be playing this game right here that's called RE9.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would have, I mean, you know me, I probably would have played it anyway, but I don't know if I
No.
would have been as excited.
If Capcom didn't make enough money on RE4 remake, they probably would have scrapped RE9. They said there's no interest in these games. Then we would never play them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These guys need to just accept the fact that Capcom's giving them games. You don't have to like them, but they're giving you the games, and thank God they're giving you games.
Yeah.
Look at Microsoft. We're waiting fucking 15 years, 20 years to play a fucking game that might suck. Capcom
Exactly.
is delivering and giving you what you want. Yeah, you might not like what they give you, but they're still giving you something. So,
Well, that's the thing. I just think that, like,
and they're not taking away the originals. You can still enjoy them. You can play. They just put them on fucking
they're always
GOG.
there.
They put them on GOG and Steam recently, so, right?
Yep.
So
They
they're
did.
not going nowhere.
They're always there.
Yeah, this guy is not my Resident Evil Jesus. Uh-oh. Well, you know what that means, Dread. When I pick you up from the airport, we got to go bang on some windows at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's tiresome. People try to protect you with their mentality of these games when you might like them and everyone's got their, yeah, I know. Well,
It's just the echo chamber, and that's what the guy that, reacted to it for a while was saying, is like, it's just like, okay, like, it's not like what you're saying is a matter of fact. It's an opinion. Like, yes, there's certain things the games did differently. That I understand. But, like, if Joe Blow down the street or fucking, whatever, that feels a certain way about it, why the fuck do I care? Like, I really don't care. If you like Village, I don't care. Like, you can like Village. You can like 7. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gatekeeping. But there's people in the community. I don't know if this guy does specifically, but it seems like he's very, like, I'm going to make 2. Because he did another video called RE4 or Soul versus Soulless. Like, what has soul, what doesn't have soul. So, like, RE4. That was his first video last year he made, or 2 years ago. I think he actually made it when RE4 Remake came out because he was that mad about it. So he doubled down and made this video, which is 45 minutes, like I said. We kind of show up towards the end, but it's like, because it's like the wrap up of, like, well, this is how people felt about it. And then it's like, it shows us on the LTRE podcast, and it was me, Frank, and Perry, and that's what he clipped, but of course, like, he didn't clip, like, all of our opinions. He just clipped Perry's opinion, which, again, is just, like, taking it out of context. It's like, it's not taking what Perry said, like, in
I
full
said
context.
that to fuck with you in the chat room because people in the chat room were pushing back and I was having fun with it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just not, again, like, these are just areas of YouTube, like you said, there's not really clear guidelines, and then, like, there's some people that might try to take action that were
That's
in the
okay.
video.
One day YouTube is going to shut down and we're all fucked. So there you go.
Yeah, at the end of the day, none of this really matters, right? But yeah, this one did not, it didn't give me that urgency
Dreadpool.
like the other one did, because it wasn't as, like, direct.
What I want to know is if Dreadpool, Venom Dave is laughing. If Dreadpool, I want to know if
Avenge VBS just tipped $4.99 through Super Chat. Clinking beer mugs emoji. Clinking beer mugs emoji. Clinking beer mugs emoji.
Thank you, Venge. Appreciate that, buddy. D, he gifted 5 memberships earlier tonight, and Venge with a $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate both of you guys. Dreadpool, I want to know if in the 360-degree camera community, if there's drama.
Wait, you there?
Yeah. Did you
There's
guys?
a massive storm hitting me right now.
Okay.
So I don't know if my internet's like screwed up or what, but
I think you
My
both got.
ears. I like how Murger says my ears.
I gotta go inside in a minute because it's like crazy out there. I'm like scared now.
All right.
It just hit like a ton of bricks over here.
I want to know, Dreadpool, in the 360-degree camera community, is there any drama like this?
You shouldn't use that camera because that camera sucks.
That alert made my.
Well, the camera caught everything,
Yeah.
but didn't catch everything. Nope, no drama in the 260 VR.
260.
Not yet. We're gonna have to go over there and start doing that.
Let's start clipping everyone who uses those things and talk badly.
Yes.
422.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I just think overall, like, YouTube is YouTube at the end of the day, and this is the shit that happens when people basically ride your ass for no reason. And it's like, why did you have to come to our show? I mean, maybe he watches the show, and then maybe he just went to people that like he watched.
Did
or
he
maybe
clip this
had-
show or your show?
He clipped my show.
Okay.
Remember
So
we did the special
I thought he
podcast
clipped
about
this show because I was like, who watches this show?
So we did an RE4. We did an RE4 review show.
Right.
And we did it. We didn't do it live, but we did it pre-recorded, and then I put it up as a podcast. You know, it
Yes.
was like a 3.5 hour show. What you know, those shows are usually pretty long. And that was just all of us unpacking our final thoughts. Like I said, we had time to play the game and to give our opinions. And so it's not like we were like sitting there like, all right, guys, like the day after we have to have everything situated. It's like, no, I always, you know, give like a general review and then like the in-depth podcast review, which is always like a staple. But like, I don't know. It's just, and of course, like I have the logo and everything on the show. So it's like us, and it just says, let's talk Resident Evil. So it's like, everyone knows that that's where it's from. And it's like, all right, yeah, it's free, you know, if people want to, it's free advertising.
I think you had the logo up.
Yeah, I did have the logo up. If I didn't, it wouldn't have, you know, mattered. But even so, it like, if anything, it's like a double-edged sword, because it's like, yeah, it's cool, but then people might think, oh, like, you know, why is he putting this channel in this group of people that like seem like they might not know what they're talking about, when in reality they do. It's just their fucking opinion.
I don't still understand how somebody's mind functions. You talking about this? I don't even know how you understand what's happening. Like,
it took me a whole day to understand the format of the video, and
which
then when I
means that
saw-
there's something wrong with this individual, and that's fine. Like, as long as they go see a shrink, they should be all right. Anyway, moving on from
Yeah.
this dude.
Yeah, we
Unless
don't
you
have
got
keep
something to
talking about it, but-
finally say about this.
Yeah, that's just addressing it once and for all, and the finality of it. You know, if people will definitely ask me 100% next time I'm live about it, and I will address it the same way that I'm addressing it here. I'm not going to make a big stink about it. I'll just say, look,
Just be like,
you know,
I don't know who that is. Crow Cop? Didn't Lesnar knock that guy out?
yeah. What I will not do is like react and like give him, you know, views and stuff like that. So that I will not do. But to be fair, if I wanted to react to his video, it's fair game.
Right.
I can take your shit and react to it. You're taking my shit and reacting to it. So, you know, if I wanted to, in theory, I could. And, you know,
I
all right,
think
yeah,
Dreadpool should react to it
that would be funny.
in 360 degrees.
But what if he just doesn't like it because it's not 360 degrees?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
That's the only reason.
260 degrees.
But yeah, that's we don't have to keep talking about that. But that's how that went. So
What else is on our thing?
Xbox exclusives we talked about. Xbox, Call of Duty, Fable we talked about. Starfield we talked about. Oh, the state of play thing on the Xbox event.
Okay. Is there
Okay.
a state of play coming, or is there?
Yes, there was supposed to be one.
Or
They
is
were
there an
supposed to announce
Xbox
it-
showcase, or are they both? What's going on? I don't know what's happening.
They were supposed to announce a state of play for tomorrow. That didn't happen. So I don't know if it's going to happen next week. If it's going to be announced
Maybe
for
they'll
Friday,
announce it
I don't
tomorrow
know.
for Friday.
It very well could be because the guy who said it is reliable. Secondly, the Xbox thing, they're doing an Xbox Presents Metro tomorrow. That's it. It's only about Metro. There's nothing else.
Those games are shit.
Okay.
I don't fucking like those
Hey,
games.
those are good games. I like those games.
Well, good
but-
for you, but I don't like them. Every time I play them, I get killed in 2 seconds. The second I start, I die. So
Well, what's good about it is they didn't waste anyone's time. They literally were like, "Hey, it's just this game. If you want to watch it, it's
Yeah,
there. If you
that's
don't worry
fair.
about it."
people are
I don't
still
know
gonna
if it
get
needs its
mad.
own event,
Then
but
you
I
show
guess
Halo.
No, it doesn't need its own. That game does not need its own event. It needed a trailer to say, "Hey, it's coming out."
Yeah.
That's it. Like
Or
I'm a
just wait
fan
till
of the games,
June.
and even I'm like, "There's no point in doing."
Yeah,
it.
even
But
if they wait till June and just show a trailer during that, or if that's their plan anyway, like it's
Yeah.
just, as far as a state of play, I mean, they typically have done them in April in the past, and May, I think they've done them. So it's either or. It's either going to
React.
be,
Dreadpool says he's gonna react to that guy's video while he's sleeping.
you
while
should
sleeping.
because it's boring.
Um,
Yeah,
do they
they're gonna.
like one for does Sony do one in June typically
Yes.
with the days of play? So I feel like that would make more sense for them to wait.
Yeah,
at this
wow.
point.
Days of play. What's the pro on sale for? $875?
I feel like it'd be like $7.99, right, or $8.49. You think?
$8.49.
Probably $849.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do. I think they're supposed to do one this month. So let's see what happens with that. Then after this, I don't think anything's happening till June because no one's gonna do anything in May.
Yeah.
Nintendo,
we'll have a
I don't
little
think
like
they're
buffer
coming till
period.
June either.
Yeah.
So because Nintendo already has game, they have a game for this month and they have Yoshi for next month. So that's it. Then they'll announce stuff in June, I guess. So
They finally have
Better announce Zelda.
yeah.
or a lot of people are
that's
gonna be mad.
We're waiting.
I was gonna say, man, yeah, that shit's got to drop at some point. I finally was messing around with the Nintendo Switch 2 online. I finally have online now, so I was just kind of messing around with that.
Nice.
That's good.
So I've had it for almost a year and still didn't sign up for online until now. So, that's cool though. I was just checking it out. Was playing was it Super Mario World Advance 2.
Oh yeah.
That's the way to go.
That brought back so many memories because that for me was like that was my Mario game that I really jumped into on the Game Boy Advance back then. I still have my cartridge, still have my save from when I was a kid. You ever like try to go back to like old saves from when you were younger and you're like, man, where did I get stuck? Like, how do I
Yeah.
get myself out of this? And like, I was stuck on like the Bowser like shipyard section and I never got past it. But I'm like, what if I went back and finished this? Oh, nice. Cronus on the Switch. Nice.
Yeah, well, guess what? And it's a loose disc.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I got one like that too.
Well,
I got that
This one, it runs at 30. It actually looks pretty decent on the Switch too, but it runs at 30, so I'm not a fan of that. I had this on PC, but I got to finish playing it. I played it
Yeah, I
last
still
year.
have never played that. Like it came out and then things just got busy with RE9 and we never got a chance to like live stream it. But a lot of people kept that because we streamed Silent Hill, of course, and we streamed like the other, but that one kind of just slipped through the cracks. But I still want to. It's still on my radar. I want to check it out.
It's good.
So,
It's a good game from what I played so far. Of last year when I played most of the game. I'm almost done with the game on PC, but
yeah, I heard it's not like super long either. It's pretty like to the point.
yeah.
But yeah, I think Bloober Team's doing some good things, and I'm looking forward to Silent Hill remake. So that's going to be their next big project that apparently they've already been working on for 2 to 3 years. So we'll see when that.
I can't wait.
Will probably be another Silent Hill transmissions at some point. Because we still have Townfall coming out and all that shit. But
Yeah, Townfall looks interesting.
yeah. I'm anytime there's more survival horror games or new IPs, like whether it's new or old or revisited, I'm always down to see that happen. And like I was saying earlier, even though Pragmata isn't a horror IP, it's just cool to see Capcom producing something new.
Right.
brand new. So pretty cool.
What else, Frank? What else do we have on there for topics?
That was pretty much it. So we got to see what happens with these events when they're gonna show up.
Was there anything
Yeah.
else that happened this week that I might have missed?
I don't know.
So go ahead.
I don't think so. I'm checking again, but go ahead.
So here's the deal with Xbox, everybody. Like I said earlier, I got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I'm leaving the 1 foot in. Now, do I care about exclusivity? Not really. I've never really been like that. I've always played the games on different consoles and for the controller and all that stuff to see which one I like better. That stuff doesn't bother me, but I understand completely why you would need exclusive games, because you need to build up the sales for your fucking console and your brand. Okay? That's the whole thing. And I get that. And that's fine. I don't have any problems with this lady. This is what I didn't want Phil Spencer running the place anymore. We said that on here a million times. He just couldn't get it done. Okay? And people will blame Satya, they'll blame this, they'll blame that. Okay. Bottom line is, he couldn't get it done. So he's out. So I got what I wanted. So I'm giving this lady the benefit of the doubt. And let's see where it goes. But I'm not going to start giving them more money until I start seeing results. As a person who spent a lot of money on this thing. So they got to earn my money back and my trust back. And once they do that, man, they should be fine. But again, we have to see where it goes.
Yeah.
To me, the Series X and S is a wash. I'm not messing
To
with
all
anyone.
of
I'm
us,
not
it's a
buying anything
wash.
else.
This generation, even the PS5 is a fucking wash at this point.
Well, for the next however long until the new consoles come out, I'll probably just stick to PC and PlayStation and Switch for as far as buying stuff.
That's where I'm at exactly.
And if
like
and the PS6 is a lock, I guess, for now, if they're gonna stick to this strategy, and then I'll see what they do with the Helix. If the Helix is a decent price and it's powered good and they prove themselves over the next year and a half, then maybe I'll buy one. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna buy it, because everything could change. It's a whole year away. The company could be back to 360 days somehow. I mean, they have the money to do it. So let's see what happens.
what if
and
it's
then-
$2 cheaper than the 6? Like
They
what if
need to be
could've-
more fucking clear with where they're going and what they're doing. Not no more of this fucking political bullshit where they just say things you want to hear. Like, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we had
Get a plan and tell the fucking people, here's what we want to do. Here's where we're trying to go with this thing. And
Just be upfront.
just honest with, they all lie, all these companies. They're never going to fucking tell everyone the truth. But at least give us some sort of a direction where your company is headed and what you want to do with the product. That's it. If
Yeah,
Phil
I
Spencer
think-
fucking said, are these the only 4 games? I said, you know what? These probably won't be the only 4 games, and here's why. Boom, done. But the fact is, oh no, the Starfield's not one of them, and then it fucking is. You know what I mean? The guy looks like a crazy person. So that's what I'm saying, man. Just have a little bit more transparency with your customers.
Yep.
That's
And
all
I think
all I can say about
we had
that.
a good episode tonight, just kind of getting literally everyone and Tim Dog on here.
I didn't even think
So,
that guy would ever be on this show ever.
Yeah, that's insane. But you know what it is? It's just because he heard our
That's
stuff.
crazy.
Like he's always in the chats, I feel like, just listening. So I think he heard what we were saying and bringing up good points, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to jump in there. And it's because he knows that we're not like.
Well, I told him I was.
Around,
I told him Noof was going to be on tonight, so he's like, "Oh, give me the link. I'll listen." And I think he listened to us, and I think he got excited, so he wanted to come in,
which is cool.
I didn't expect that ever.
Yeah. So and again, I just think we had passion and
crazy.
opinions, and we heard from Noof and Tim Dog and Mental, and we had everyone on here. So I think we all kind of feel the same way. We want to be hopeful. We're the kind of more in that lane of people that are just kind of invested in all of these brands that we enjoy. And I think with gaming, it just works both ways, or all three ways in this case with Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. We hold them accountable because we, you know, invest money and time and stream and play all these games. Like, it's just like it's always coming from an honest place, even if we amp it up, even if we joke about shit. It's like,
Yeah,
we're
there's
just,
truth to
we
it.
care. And it's like, we have people on here that, again, thanks to, Dread, he's introduced us to a lot of people in the community and stuff like
He's
that.
been nothing
And
but awesome, this guy, Dreadpool.
yeah. So yeah, want to definitely give that shout.
Mike and Peter,
yeah.
all these guys, they've been
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, so I think, and that's what you realize
Noof.
when you open it up to other people that come in.
Noof,
and
Proto, Wicked, all these guys, they've been
oh yeah,
fantastic so far.
everyone's been awesome, and I think when you bring everyone together and you share opinions with other people that aren't just us on the panel, you realize that holy crap, like there's just, not only do you see what they say
Mental.
online or their videos or streams, it's like, no, they feel exactly the same way, or if not similar. We all have different opinions, of course, like we were just saying, like people are allowed to have different opinions and it's fine. But like calling out the BS and not acting like it's not happening is not what the people that we have on the show do. It's like we have people that clearly acknowledge the mistakes that this company has made, and other companies, Sony, Nintendo included. We've held them all accountable. And that's what we try to do, is just take them to task. So like, dude, this is a fuck up right here. Like this is clearly a fuck up. So I think that's what makes it cool, because it makes you feel less crazy, because you go online and you see all these idiots just like praising all this crap and blindly, saying, yeah, man, nothing's wrong. And it's like, are you kidding?
Well, that's what I hate, Anthony. What I hate is, listen, we said on this show years ago, something's wrong with the Xbox, Phil Spencer's got to go. People told us, oh, you're fanboys, you're pony guy, blah, 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 you're haters, oh, yeah, whatever. And how Phil Spencer's doing a great job, whatever. The minute this guy gets fired, oh, well, he had to go, this had to happen, it's like, guys, I just heard you guys on a podcast the last fucking 3 weeks praising this guy.
Yeah.
Praising this as an Xbox. Everyone was praising that bullshit. Well, we even said, we were like, it's the dumbest marketing you could do. To the point where now Microsoft themselves agree that it was the dumbest marketing they ever did, and they pulled all that marketing.
Yeah. And like Tim Dog was saying about the budget and stuff, and what they didn't give them, hopefully now, if there's some changes with that marketing and they actually like see a opening where that works, I want that to turn around. I really want that stuff to be addressed.
Hell yeah,
So,
we want Xbox to fucking kick the door down. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like they used to with the 360. The 360, you watch the TV show, a 360 commercial. You watch the movie, a 360 commercial.
Yeah.
The 360 was all over the fucking place. And yes,
I remember going to
I
the
know
theaters.
we don't live in 2004 anymore, 2005 anymore. I understand
Right.
that. But
That's true.
marketing's been around forever. If you want to sell shit, market the Super Bowl. Ford is
Yeah.
going to have a fucking Ford car commercial. Ford's not
Yeah.
going to say, well, it's the millennium. So we're not going to do commercials anymore.
No. And like you said, it's not even a year. Like
You're
what
going to
the
see
year
that
is, 'cause it's
fucking
like,
Ford truck drive up that goddamn mountain in the middle of the woods that you've seen a million goddamn times. But guess what? It's a Super Bowl and you're going to see that commercial. Oh, that stupid car.
It's frustrating when you see Sony and Nintendo, they keep pumping out their marketing everywhere, no matter what. Doesn't matter what the year it is.
That
what year it
fucking
is, what
French kid,
console.
PlayStation. I've been hearing that
Yeah.
kid since the 90s.
Yep. But they do it. They still get marketing out there with their games and properties, and that's just what's missing. It's all the above. Everything we talked about tonight is really good points, and I'm happy that Tim Dahl gave us some of his bits of info. And
I'm happy that Noof was on here too, letting some of that out.
he was asking him good questions.
And Mental.
too.
Mental was on here too, and he explained
Yeah.
exactly what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Mental did the same thing. He said for 2 years I didn't spend money on that ecosystem because I don't know where it was going. And again, that's the messaging. They had poor messaging. They didn't tell
Yeah.
the consumer where they were headed. So you had a guy who was your consumer leave.
Yeah. The uncertainty just got too big, and that's the thing. It's like when you're that focused on trying to, oh, we're just gonna, let's just disregard everybody that spent money and put us where we are on this whole gaming side of things. Like,
Right,
I know
right.
obviously they're trillions of dollars and all that stuff. Yes, I know that, but you know. Fans buy the games, consumers buy the games. Like the shit that, again, had them peak through, the Xbox Live era on the OG Xbox, and then that translated to the 360 and all those successful years. It's like we just want to see it do good, man. So I think we'll have to wait and see. Like Frank said, like June is going to be all telling with a lot of these companies, and how the rest of this year is going to turn out. We'll be together for that.
I
At least
hope
for
it's
the
like the
Xbox
Super
stuff.
Bowl. I hope that they hit a touchdown and that's it, man.
Yeah, I want to see it turn. If we see Gears Day and where it's leaning with it being exclusive, I think we're at least on the right track there. While they can't change what's coming out, like Fable and obviously Halo campaign evolved and all that shit, that doesn't mean that you can't course correct going forward, like Gears Day onward. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. Venom wants to know if the best way to network outside of Linked. I think he means
LinkedIn.
I've never used LinkedIn, so I can't tell you. The only way I network is I'm gonna tell you what my father told me one day. Go get a phone book, call somebody, and talk to them.
Hey, it's very to the point, but it's true, right? It's
When he
like
said, so
well,
I said,
mean,
yeah,
I think a lot of it's
I talked
you
to
know
my
how to
friends
talk-
on the internet. He goes, why don't you just get the phone book and call somebody? So I'm going to give you that advice.
Yeah, I think I mean, we've kind of networked through on here, like, and that's how, Dreadpool led
I
us
met
to these other
Dreadpool at the Amico factory. Okay. The Amico factory. The Crayola factory. The Amico factory.
I wish it was an Amico factory.
The Crayola factory for the Intellivision Amico. I met him and Mike there. Actually, we, Frank, Jeff, my wife, and myself met them. But we didn't know who they were. Like we went there not to see Dreadpool and Mike. We went there to see the fucking Amico. And there was another guy there who was on YouTube, Cyrus. He was a cool guy. So I was like, I gotta go see that guy. So we play the thing, and Dreadpool's behind me, and I hand him the controller because I'm done playing the game. Whatever, no big deal.
He
Well-
took the controller and just crushed it in his hand.
Or he handed me the controller. I can't remember. Somebody handed somebody a controller. But from there, I didn't know it was him, but I had seen that he had uploaded video footage of us on his channel from the Crayola factory. I almost said Amico factory. So I commented on Dreadpool's thing. I was like, hey, whatever. Thanks for uploading the footage. Because I was able to see. Because the footage we barely got any footage. And in fact, somebody like left a nasty comment like, ooh, you went over there and you purposely didn't record because you didn't want to show how fake it was. It's like, oh my God, like, fuck you. We played the goddamn thing. It was beautiful. Sorry you couldn't play it, but we played it. Anyway, from there, I commented on his thing. He replied. And then I noticed that he was the same guy that was in the, speaking of Tim Dog, Dreadpool was a moderator for Tim Dog's old show, RDX. I didn't realize that was the same guy until I watched RDX that week. And I was like, wait a minute, that's that guy from the Crayola factory that I commented on the video. So,
Yeah.
and then he subscribed to this channel after I left a comment, and then he's just been in the chat. We've been talking ever since. So, and our wives do the shows together, and this guy's about to fly up here and meet us in person again. So,
Fly up
Yeah,
here
it's
and
cool.
kick our asses.
Yeah.
he's
Well,
got
like Dredd said, he
receipts.
said you got to network through me, and yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's kind of our digital network and I've done the same thing as well, like in my Ari's corner, like networking for people or finding people through film, because that's what you also do for filmmaking, especially over here on the East Coast. Like you sometimes have to start branching out and networking with other filmmakers and like-minded people over here
That's right. You were
that
on the show.
that want to create, and then you have to kind of build your web of people that, whether it's digital content creating or filmmaking, which is a lot more like in depth and on the ground kind of work, like people that are serious about it. But that's all filmmaking is networking and just knowing people. Like they always say it's who you know, and that's literally the truth, the God honest truth.
Yeah,
So
but I
for
don't
anything
meet people for
creative-
that. I just, you know what I mean? Like Dreadpool came in here, he was a
Oh,
cool
of
guy
course.
and just became
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it wasn't about that with him. I'm just
Believe
saying,
me,
like,
I've said a lot of shit that this guy probably is pissed off that I said. But you know what? He puts up with me, so that's a true friend.
right. Well, yeah, exactly. It's not about like it's just about for the friendships at the end of the day as well. But like, networking nowadays is kind of
There have been
it's more
times that I've
easier.
we've done shows where we went really hard and Dreadpool wasn't in here the next day, and I would question. I was like, did we say something where he finally just said, fuck these guys? Is he mad at us? But it turns out that he would be busy doing stuff behind the scenes. So
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like people know that again, once you know how we operate, it's like we just have fun with it. So I think that's the biggest thing is like don't take it too seriously. But yeah, I think the way
I
we
think he
network
understands
now,
that, unlike a lot of other people out there over the years we've encountered. So
yeah, like technology and the digital age of stuff is just like we're able to connect with these people a lot more, and just know people and you find out things through people and you're like, oh wait, this guy, oh that's cool. And then it's like, you just then you're on a million different shows, helping out with guest spots and all
well,
that stuff.
20
So it's all
years
cool.
ago, 20 years ago this year, I started my channel.
Uh-huh.
And you, your brother, Jeff, Jesus, Venge, Eli. Who else am I missing here? Fred,
Hockey fan.
Fred, California Fred. You guys were all subscribers to my channel 20 years ago. And
Yeah.
look, we all hang out at least a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
For Jesus, it's a little different, but because he comes once every few years. But for the most part, we're all friends. We're all in the group chat together every day. And that's been going on for years. So, I mean,
that's
we're like
100%.
family now. It's crazy. And the tab just crashed. There you go.
Classic YouTube. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's not just about like the content we've been able to create. It's just like the friendships and all that stuff. So it's like kind of goes beyond just like creating stuff. It can lead to creative outlets, and that's why I said about like the
But you watched me on my
collaboration.
show, and now we're doing this show 20 years later.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it is kind of nuts, and it just shows you how fast time flies, but also how easier it has become to like jump on stuff like this, where like Tim Dog and Noof and Mental could just jump in and just turn on their camera. Like you couldn't do that. Like you had to do a Skype call or a Google Hangout. Like it used to be so much harder. And that's why I think like now it's just like it's snappy. Even though Discord isn't perfect, we have delays when we talk and there's different shit. But like it's just easier now than ever to either make content or jump in a circle of friends and start shooting the shit. You know what I mean? That's why there's so many creators now, because it's so the entry, all you need is a nice iPhone with a nice camera and like a good mic and you could start making stuff. So it's like it's the barrier to entry is like, it's nothing basically, but the fact that technology has made it easier for us to connect with all these other people and make friendships and stuff is cool.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
awesome.
YouTube was really the starting point for that, for all of us to find our, all of our friends through there, and like all my friends in the UK that I've met through YouTube as well. Like that's awesome. That's all through YouTube. So it's like it kind of extends like all over for me and you guys as well. And so
It's like
yeah, I think it's
video
been
message
a crazy-
boards.
Yeah, remember when you used to be able to DM people on YouTube? Like that's how me and Perry started chatting. We used to personal message each other on YouTube. It was before Facebook, before I had a Facebook, and MySpace was probably still a thing, but like I wouldn't message anybody on there. So it was really just like YouTube DMs. And I heard they were trying to bring it back, but like I don't know if that's
No,
true.
I don't think that's a good idea at all for anybody.
Yeah. So
Just there was a reason
if
why
you-
they got rid of it, and it sucked. But now,
Yeah.
with the way that the internet is,
Yeah.
leave that shit dead.
Yeah. Maybe make it an option for people that want it, I guess, for like business.
Make them pay
inquiries
for
and
it.
stuff.
This way, they gotta pay to fucking curse each
Yeah.
other out. How about that?
Yeah. That's true. That is very true. Yeah,
Well-
video responses. Yeah, Venom Dave, that's going back.
Oh,
It'd always be like RE, like response, and then it would say like the title of the video, and it would be underneath. Like
I gotta say though, video responses back in the day weren't to shit on people. They'd be like,
No.
"Hey, this is my opinion," or "This isn't actual. This isn't factual. You know what this guy's saying,
yeah,
but I can understand why." Like people were like cool about it,
yeah,
you know
it
what I
wasn't a
mean?
big deal.
right? Now forget it.
Yeah.
If they did reaction videos coming back to here, forget about it. It'd be
Yeah, no,
insane.
it would be nuts.
Wouldn't work out. I like the idea of video responses. I do too. However, they would be exactly like that guy clipping all those things. They'd be just drama. Like
Yeah,
somebody
It
would
would
just pick a fight with somebody.
someone would just compile all the video responses, which I'm sure someone has done in the past for for those videos back then, and just like
Right.
these are the responses to this video.
They're back
yeah.
just like audio responses being new. I have access to all. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I just think that like back then also
Jeez.
it was harder for people to like get a nice looking camera, get a nice like it was there again like some people could just do it all from their phone or with their AirPods in and like that's it. Like they could just reply. It just wasn't that easy to just upload from your phone back then either. There are so many things that were limited that people have no idea coming up now that we were limited to 15-minute video limits and
Talk about a
10-minute
336 modem. How about that? Not even a 56K modem. Or a 288. I'm sorry, a 288 modem as well.
Yeah, it's just nuts, man. We've come a long
I
way.
was the guinea pig for all that. So you guys could just turn on your computers and be online. I had a DSL from Bell
Yeah.
Atlantic, who became Verizon. We had to put the
Yeah.
filters, you had to plug the filters into the phone outlets and then plug in the Ethernet cable. I'm sorry, maybe it was the Ethernet or a phone cable. It was some sort of cable you would plug in. It's insane. And you would have to sign in. And then that service would go down and you wouldn't be able to sign in and use the internet. Now you just turn a computer on, you're online.
It just works.
It's beautiful. But it was a long road to pave to get here. That's for sure. So that is, people don't lose their shit back then until people lost their shit. So that's it. Yeah, you're going to encounter people, Venom, over the years. You know, you think that they're good and they're just one way or another, good, bad, or indifferent. They could be indifferent and it's just not going to work out. Just be careful. You know, we're trying to be careful. So as far as being careful, next week, 4/22, that's going to be a big week. It's next Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. Got something planned for next Wednesday. Yeah, that was the phone they had to filter out the internet from, so you didn't have. Yes, that's true. They were filtered. They were called filters. You're right. And then when they announced cable, I said we're getting rid of DSL because the DSL was going down a lot. You couldn't sign in. So, any questions before we go?
Hey, really quick, I forgot to mention earlier. They suddenly started delisting that Star Trek Resurgence game,
I
and it's
saw
going
that.
for like $150 physical.
Didn't that
So-
game just come out?
came out like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
It's like people who used to be Telltale made it. It's like a Telltale type game, and I never bought
Tell
it.
the
and
other
then-
Frank.
Yeah, I know. I got to see if he had. I want the game.
He'll
like,
find it
physically,
for you.
but, yeah, I didn't own it, and then I bought it last night because I was like, well, I got to get it before they delist it. It runs like trash, even on PS5. But hey, at least I got it.
Hmm.
So
I would focus on educational stuff. Yeah, with medical staff, if I'm wrong, if I was given, it's a risk. Yeah, don't. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you guys got to take care of yourselves. So, any questions? Give you guys like a minute, and then we got to go because Frank's gonna get blown away if he goes outside.
I'll turn into a pumpkin.
Well, you're gonna get blown away by the wind and the storm.
The wind and waves.
I had to have the blue car jumped because the blue car has to be rewired before I go pick people from the airport. I had to get it jumped because my battery just wasn't charged all the way to jump it. It started downpouring, and I'm telling her, cancel it. Cancel this guy from showing up. No, it'll be fine. The guy shows up, the rain stops. Jumps the car, I dropped it off, and then I jumped. That's why I was late coming here.
Well, at least you got it over there.
It's,
You don't have to
it's
worry
important
about
to work on that, just, you know, because I know that's annoying.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's going to cost a lot of
Because
money.
it's been
but
like
gotta
that
be
for a
fixed.
minute, right?
Yeah, Best Buy fucked my car up years ago. They installed the radio and they fucked up my whole car. And the guy that installed the radio, the first time, I brought it back because it was a problem. And the guy goes, after the second time, I don't know who wired your car the first time, but it's a dangerous situation or whatever. It's a fire hazard or something, he said. And I'm just looking at him in my head. I'm like, you're the fucking guy that wired it last time, you dumb fuck. So he just said that he was a fucking idiot. So, and the car has been fucked ever since. They fucked the whole car up.
I was like, I was really drunk when I did your car last time, man, or something. I was like, jeez. He forgot he did it.
That was a fucking 4-foot tall guy with a beard. That was Prince Adam, I call him, because his name was Adam. Well, he ain't no prince. Fuck him. It was 10 years ago. Who the hell cares? All right. We're out of here. If anything breaks, too bad. So we'll see you guys Tuesday on Gamin' Ain't Easy. There was no show last night because Proto Foxy had to go do his taxes.
Damn.
So he was unable to. He had an appointment for earlier that day to do his taxes, but then they moved it on him. And he's like, yeah, we can't do the show because I'm going to be there all night. So.
Gaming ain't easy because I got to do my taxes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we'll be back on Tuesday with that. And Noof is Sunday, Crazy About Games, 10 a.m. Eastern on Noof Nukem's channel. And I don't know what you guys... Are you streaming at all, Anthony, or are you going to be like me and not stream for a little bit?
I'm kind of working out some things this month as far as like scheduling, but I don't think I'll be streaming.
Yeah, I've been busy too with shit, so I haven't been around.
Yeah. I've just been really focusing on the video side of things, really, for all channels right now. So LTRE, my film channel, and Anthony Underground. I'm just trying to work on like a cycle of setting up content for everything all the time. So until I get that figured out, nothing on the docket right now. I mean, we did part 1 of the dice lock. That was fun, but I'm not sure we're going to do part 2, maybe next week. But yeah, maybe there'll be some more streams peppered in next week, but nothing this week. Maybe a video, but not a stream. So
Dreadpool's going to stream after we shut down tonight. Oh, he's stealing our viewers.
Oh, shutting down.
All right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I got the Mister and I got these things so we can we're playing Elm Street on the projector.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the 20-foot screen that we used the one time before lockdown.
Kyle was there?
Yes, I'm trying to get that worked out to see if we can even use that somewhere. But we have to talk about that. and I have to talk to you, Anthony, at some point about Game Pass Man and eShop Man's fucking fight, because you're going to be the director of that.
Okay.
Frank, you could go.
Okay.
See you later.
I'll see you guys later.
Anthony,
Bye.
you stay here for 1 second.
See you, Frank.
So you got to be the director of this thing.
Well, I guess we should write it out though. Like I'll write out like a script,
I have an idea, and you're going to write the script. Okay.
Okay.
And we'll involve the two of these guys. But I already know what this match is going to be due to the limitations, but I know exactly what we're going to be doing.
There's gonna be like a backstage brawl type thing, or like because we won't have a ring.
Yes. It's going to be
Okay.
something like that, but there is a specific match in mind, which I will not say on the air. Now, I will say this. Originally, we were going to have it live. There's no fucking way we can have this match live.
No, it's got to be shot, and I'll edit it.
It's got to be shot, and Anthony has to edit it. Okay? So it might take a little while, but I'm going to tell you guys something right here, right now. You better be a fucking member of this channel, because it's the only way you're watching it. This ain't no freebie. If Anthony's going to
Okay.
put his time into this shit, we're getting compensated for this. Just saying. Ooh, you're stealing from your people.
No, it's just
The fuck
extra.
outta
This is
here.
extra shit. We're already going to be streaming that weekend anyway,
Right.
so that's all good.
We're going to be streaming that. We don't have time to fucking set. Just doing this match is going to be a pain in the ass, because we have to wake up early in the morning and figure out where we're going to be doing, and we have to shoot all this stuff.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's wise if we know where we're like if we know all that stuff before that weekend
Yes,
begins.
this way we just get up, go outside, do what we got to do,
Yeah. And if
hurry
it's
up,
like a
and get it over
two-page,
with.
like script, I'm like, okay, this will take like 2 hours, maybe, hour and a half. Like it
We
might
don't
take
have
a little
fucking
bit.
2 hour, whatever it is, 45
Right.
minutes to an hour. Boom, 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 done.
Yeah, I can speed direct it, and as long as these individuals know their stuff ahead of time, we won't have any confusion. So
We'll do a table read online.
yeah, table read.
Uh,
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm down for that. That's fine. It'll be fun.
So there you go. Well, Dreadpool is going to stream right now. Do you have a link, Dread? You need to bring your camera gear. Well, you better record everything, Dreadpool, and then give Anthony all your equipment for free, because he's going to go home and edit it.
I could always shoot it on my stuff as well.
You can edit it on a Threadripper. This way, when it blue screens 85 times, you'll feel my pain.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll be frustrated.
I still have the Threadripper because Fred never sold it.
Yeah.
Now I could probably sell it and get all the money back just from the RAM alone. I need to bring your camera, not yet, until you guys close. What? We're going to need all the... hey, if you want to film it with your equipment and then you want to edit it later, go ahead and make it members only. Make money off of it. You took the time to shoot it and edit it, so...
Yeah. I mean, I'll just be down to, again, help anyway. It'd be funny. And like you said, it doesn't have to take too much of our time as long as we have everything planned. And
You're going to stay on for 1 second after we end, because I got to tell you what match it is. And then it's going to click with you like instantly.
okay.
I'll hand it over to Anthony. No front. He's going to hand you all his equipment, his expensive
Yeah.
equipment, his 8K 360 camera.
Yeah, if he gets a couple shots and he wants me to throw that in the edit, he can always upload the files and I'll put them in. So there's always that.
Yeah, but you realize the files are like 300 gigs a piece.
I'm sure. Yeah, that we'll probably shoot it in 4K, but we'll just keep it on the Canon probably. That's what I shoot on DSLR, but we'll figure it out.
Nah, you might have to shoot this on an iPhone. We need 60 FPS for this. Come on. No 20 FPS. We're not filming
camera does
we're not
4K
filming Goodfellas
60.
here.
The camera does 4K 60.
Okay. As long as it does that.
It's like a
you're good.
$2,500 camera. Yeah, it's pretty good.
What?
It's a Canon.
Okay, so
It's a
this is going to have to be
mirrorless
members
camera.
only on like everybody's channel, because Everyone's got to make some money off this.
Yeah. Basically, I'll shoot it if Dredd wants to shoot some stuff for his own edit, but I think it's easier if like we just use one camera, one lens change, maybe a couple different shots, and then figure it out, you know.
Plus, we got to think of stuff on the fly too. Which, again, I got ideas anyway. I already know how this is gonna go.
Yeah, on
But
the
then
fly
we gotta
works, but
we got to
sometimes when you
incorporate
add
the guys
stuff-
into it because they might not want to do things or they might want to add stuff. So
Yeah, when you add stuff on the fly, it's funny and it works, and we could do that. It'll just add more time.
he's
So
got
I
red
think
cameras. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, they're good cameras. I've used them before too.
Red Dragon 4K cameras.
I've only rented Reds though. I've never
12K,
them.
240. Wait a minute. You got all those expensive cameras and you're shooting on your iPhone when you're driving?
Well, it's probably easier.
Put the 12K camera on the hood of your car.
We used the Red Komodo for Keeper's Diary. That's like a $20,000 camera. That's rented though. We didn't buy it, but I rented it.
Wow. All right. So yeah, you stay here for 1 second, but we're gonna go, guys. Dreadpool, you have a link for your thing? Dreadpool is gonna go live in a few minutes. So go check him out over there. I'll be in the chat. Because I gotta eat something and then I can pass out when he's done.
Yeah,
So
posted Dredd's channel. It's right there on his account, but there it is.
there's his channel. Let's pin that for the 3 seconds that we're still gonna be live. Everyone go to Dreadpool's channel right now. I'll be setting up as soon as we log out. Okay. So give Dreadpool like 15, 20 minutes and he should be live. All right. We're going to go. Again, I want to thank Noof, Mental, and Tim Dog. I never thought Tim Dog would ever be on this channel, ever. I never thought Noof would ever be on this channel.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's all thanks. In the end, it's all thanks to Dreadpool. Because if I didn't meet Dreadpool, I wouldn't have. I used to watch Noof and Tim Dog, but I never thought that I would be networking with these guys. So
Yeah,
shout out to Dreadpool for that
definitely.
in the long term, because one thing leads to another, and there you go. So anyway, shout out to those guys, and hopefully Xbox gets fixed, man, because that's what we want. You know, no bullshit. We want them to be around and we want competition, because the more they compete, the more we win as consumers. Just remember that.
It's true.
All jokes aside. All right.